Anthony are no strangers to scandal. Opie and Anthony on satellite radio.
Apparently, Opie and Anthony are dicks.
Oh, here they go again.
It's a fun, dopey radio show.
Not just any radio show. A radio show that inspires beyond your wildest dreams.
The show was a lot funnier on NEW.
The show's hosts, Anthony Cumia and Greg Opie Hughes.
Controversial team.
6 years without getting fired, a new record for us.
It's just astounding to me.
I didn't want to say it's racist, but goddamn.
This show will rock as best as we could possibly do this radio show.
I'm going to go home and whack to a tranny later. There you go, all right?
God, we just lost our demo, man. What's wrong with you?
This is the last straw for the raunchy radio duo.
The Opie and Anthony Show, the most popular show in the history of satellite radio.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Emmett Brown. I'm standing on the parking lot at Twin Pines Mall. It's Saturday morning, October 26, 1985, 1:18 a.m. And this is temporal experiment number 1. My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit.
Oh, yeah.
But that was 85.
Yeah, but he was going, at that point, he was going to go 25 years in the future.
Yeah, but he didn't. So that clip doesn't mean anything to me anyway.
Well, but he didn't get to. But
And it was
he
a Saturday.
Gone.
It was Saturday. It was 1985. Why is Z-Rock playing that clip?
Because it's...
I know then you
it's
go into the
25
future
years.
25 years, but we didn't actually go into the future 25 years, so we just started the show saying that it's 1985.
We went 30 years. He went 30 years.
But he was going 25 at that point?
25 at that point.
A total of 30 years?
No, it would have been just 25 years. It would have been today, but the Libyans came, and Marty had to go back to 1955.
What happened?
Because that was that was the setting.
Oh,
but it would have been 25 years. That was initially where he was going to go, and then it was like, oh, what am I crazy? I forgot plutonium. How was I going to get back? And then that's when the Libyans showed up. And, the hijinks that ensued after that. But, the initial thing was going to be 25 years. And as we said yesterday, he was going to be very disappointed when he popped out and realized, wait a minute. There's still JCPenney's here. Mm-hmm. It's still just a mall. Mm-hmm. It's not a spaceport. Mm-hmm. And,
And that's about it.
Yeah, it's about it.
Nothing really has changed.
DVD's out today on Blu-ray. Got some extras.
Yeah?
Yeah. What the hell? They were all in town last night?
Yeah, we tried to get a few of them on the show, but once again, we failed.
Imagine getting those posters signed.
Roland's only been on the job for a few days, but we couldn't get the Back to the Future guys.
Yeah.
I thought we'd get Lloyd.
Yeah, that would have been good. Christopher Lloyd.
I thought we would have gotten him at least. He's been on the show.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them, I don't know. But they looked pretty good on TV. They were being interviewed. And Michael J. Fox wasn't shaking that much. You were sitting there chomping at the bit. You wanted to make some jokes, and I'm looking at you.
I didn't want to make jokes.
And I had to say to you that he doesn't look that bad, considering he's been fighting this for almost 20 years.
I know. I don't want to make
Parkinson's
jokes.
is a motherfucker.
But he can't talk, and he's shuffling
he
a little bit.
He wasn't shuffling that much.
I know, but he has trouble talking. And for somebody that was so articulate and spoke very well in the movies, it was kind of hard to watch.
And Leah Thompson, or I guess her name is.
Yes.
Wow, she looked pretty good considering she looks
49
years old.
Yeah.
She looked like she hasn't aged at all.
She didn't look bad at all. And then how come they didn't have the original Jen, the girlfriend? They should bring her back. Does she do like Comic-Cons or something?
Of course she does. They all do.
Where did she go? She was pretty. She was a lot hotter than the stupid, what's her name, Elizabeth Shue.
Good old Elizabeth Shue, right?
Who ended up in the second and third one.
Hey, somebody wants to school you on taxes, Anthony.
Oh, all right. School me.
This
go ahead.
is so early for this, but...
Yeah, go ahead.
Dr. Rape Kid wants to school Anthony on tax issues. Go ahead, Dr. Rape Kid.
Let her rip, sir.
Well, Anthony, it's 1 week before Election Day, so I thought I would just call you and tell you
And campaign?
that...
All right, go ahead.
Well, no, just that you shouldn't worry if, Obama and anyone in the Senate or Congress decides to let the Bush tax cuts expire for people, fancy men like you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
You have nothing to worry. Because all they're trying to do, first of all, is to get about $700 or $800 billion back into the economy. Secondly, the tax code's only going to go up from 35%, which is what the average person in your bracket is paying, to what Clinton levels were at 39%. And
that's
during
all.
Bill Clinton's whole administration, he did gain over 22 million jobs.
That's all. Just 35.
That's a lot of money,
39%.
dude. Almost 40% of your money is a lot of money.
A lot of fucking money, pal.
Compared to what they were paying back in Dwight Eisenhower's day.
We don't live then.
Fuck Eisenhower's days.
Yeah, none of us lived back then.
That's a lot of money, man.
The government is taking a fuckload of my money.
See, when people,
and that's federal tax, my friend. How about state taxes and
city taxes for us?
City
for me and
taxes.
Jimmy?
My fucking property taxes. Like, I'm paying too much of my money in taxes.
And when you have to say compared to, that, you know the taxes are too high. Anyone that says compared to when blah blah was president, you know the taxes are too high.
Yeah.
Me and Jimmy pay 3 taxes, federal, state, and we have to pay something called city taxes. How insane is that?
Oh, how about throw out in the other one, the fucking Metro, the MTA tax.
Oh, the MTA tax.
Yeah.
I forgot about
Gotta
that.
pay that one, too.
And then you throw some money.
Because I drive in every day, and I pay my tolls, I still got to pay for the fucking trains.
Yeah, don't get us started, man.
It's too much, dude.
That's where I'm with these guys. The tax thing is just ridiculous. It's out of control.
Get them out.
Then you put a little money in the bank, and then they tax that. But but that money was already taxed.
Yeah. And then any money you make on that, any money you take that they fucking give you out of the kindness of their heart, that you invest and take a chance and actually make money on, they got to grab their fucking greedy hands into that, too. Capital gains taxes, they're going up, my friend, under Obama. They're going up. You know why? His constituency isn't in the fucking market. It's the elite rich. Oh, they're in the stock market. Let's take the evil people's money. Go fuck yourself. The Republicans are going to sweep. Get the Democrats out. Make this fucker a lame duck for 2 more fucking years, and then get his fucking ass out.
Well, you got to slow down a little bit, because some of the Democrats are begging Obama not to endorse them anymore.
I know, exactly.
That's on the front page of the paper.
He's a one-termer. We got this out of the way.
How is Clinton such a light Democrat as far as... Like he seemed like he was very good with the economy. And I know Obama...
The economy is stupid?
Obama inherited kind of a mess, but he has done nothing to make it better. Like, literally nothing to make it better.
Clinton wound up getting a surplus because, he was bringing in a lot of money. He wasn't spending a fuckload of money. If you noticed, a lot of Clinton's agenda didn't really... the healthcare thing, when he saw that wasn't working out, he just bailed on that.
He also wasn't involved in many quagmires of war, Anthony.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't have that to deal with.
Quagmires, nice.
He also was trying to make peace around the world. You'd see him being the diplomat and everything like that. It wasn't every 2 seconds he's got his pen out with the Speaker of the cunt sitting there trying to fucking tax and spend. How
is Bronze Boehner going to make us better?
How is Boner going to make us better? Pronounce his name properly. Boner.
Boner's dead, brother.
Because he's not fucking Pelosi. That's why.
Anthony, I think you have to understand.
Get out and vote, Republicans. Get out and vote. Let's kick these fucking tax and spend cocksuckers out.
She's terrible. She really is a hateable woman.
She's despised.
She really is.
Her approval rating's in the shitter, and her big excuses with the rest of them are saying, we haven't done enough to show the dumb Americans how much we've done for them. Really? Really? I think we could see it ourselves. We don't need an explanation from the likes of that old dried-up uterus and fucking tax and spend Barry.
Way to go, Rape Kid. You put us all in a bad mood.
Thanks.
Are you happy now?
Get the vote out.
Are you happy?
Independents, Republicans, get the vote out. Let the Democrats sit on their ass and eat Cheetos.
Can we at least have Jimmy McMillan in there? Because
I am voting for Jimmy
The rent
McMillan.
and the taxes are too
Believe
damn
me,
high.
the only Democrat I'm voting for is for the governor of New York State. I am voting for Jimmy McMillan. Rent too damn high.
Too damn high. And he said he's going to win the whole thing because of the SNL parody.
Of course.
He's guaranteeing victory now because of SNL.
Of course.
SNL put him over the top.
By the way, it's a total goof vote. Cuomo's in. There's
Cuomo
no way
stinks,
Cuomo.
though.
I know. I hate Cuomo.
Fucking daddy's boy.
Hate him.
Fucking daddy's boy.
Did you hear his point on medical marijuana also? Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
He said he's totally against it because there's the harm is more than the good here.
Yeah, is it really?
If you're fucking dying and want a little relief, yeah, that's worse than maybe some people getting their hands on it and smoking some weed and hanging out and doing nothing.
Has a father-son combo ever worked? You could go with the Bush Senior, the Bush Junior.
John Quincy
Adams, that worked.
I have no idea. I was very young.
I'm talking about
Morticia.
in all walks of life. Like, you don't see Willie Mays' kid playing baseball.
Yeah.
Like, when has it ever worked where the father was really good at his job, whether you liked him or not, and then the son stepped in and was just as good?
Cal
Name
Ripken.
one.
Yeah, Ripken.
Cal Ripken.
Ripken and Ripken Jr.
Yeah.
I think the son was a lot better than the old man.
Well, I'm not saying they're exactly the same.
I'm
but
talking the old man, unbelievable, son, unbelievable too. You got sort of a
Vito Corleone and Michael.
I think Cal Ripken Sr. was a better manager than he was a player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken Griffey.
Barry
Ken
and
Griffey
Bobby
Jr.
Bonds.
Ken Griffey Jr. is a strong one. Okay.
Barry, Bobby Bonds.
Barry and Bobby.
They're mostly sports examples, I think, though.
What about some guy that had a great plumbing business in Seaford? Is his son running the business now?
Janelli and Sons.
Janelli and Sons is another fine example of what? Fucking rape kid putting us in a bad mood. If we want to talk politics, though, we got to beat the shit out of Bloomberg. Did you hear what he fucking said yesterday? This
guy
cocksucker
every day says something that is infuriating.
So Bloomberg had a couple terms as mayor of New York City.
3.
And about a year ago, was it now? I don't even remember. He decided, I need a third term. But the problem was was against the law.
It's against the law.
And he was against Rudy when he wanted it.
And he was against Rudy when Rudy wanted it.
And Rudy wanted to because the situation was, it was right after 9/11. Rudy was doing a good job as leader of New York City.
We all wanted Rudy to
everyone
continue
was
at that point.
Wanted him to continue. Bloomberg said, no, we must stick to the law here. This is what, as Americans, we shouldn't let this deter us from just being ourselves and doing what we normally do. He gets elected to be mayor of New York. After a couple of terms, he's like, hey, I dig this gig. I want 3 terms. Well, there's a law against it. Oh, yeah? I'm not even going to put this up for a vote for the people.
Right.
I'm just going to go and say 3 terms now
I don't even think the law was changed. I think he just did it.
Yeah,
I don't think the law was even officially changed.
He got some behind-the-scenes shit.
Some weird shit behind the scenes.
He went to the officials that were behind him and,
who are those people?
And had to change. I don't know, but the people didn't vote.
He spent $100 million to get elected.
So now he says yesterday that he wants it to go back to 2 terms.
He wants 2 terms now. He actually said he only wanted 3 terms for him.
He's fucking a despicable rich guy. That's what he is.
Out of touch.
They're all criminals.
Fuckhead.
They're all criminals.
He wanted it just for him, and his excuse was that New York was in financial straits, and you needed him in office.
Well, that's exactly what we wanted with Giuliani.
Exactly.
We were all
Bloomberg, though.
We were under attack, and we kind of felt comfortable with the guy that was there. I'm just saying comfortable because I know
I liked Rudy a lot more.
I know there's a
Giuliani.
bunch of guys that did not like Rudy whatsoever. They came together after
September
9/11.
11th, they hated him.
September 10th.
And then, September 10th, yeah, and then the 11th,
the morning of the 11th,
and then
they
the 12th, they loved him.
Yeah. Yeah, but a lot of guys never forgot what Giuliani did to their paychecks and their jobs. So, hey, father-son combo. Here's a great one, Anthony. We missed the obvious. Michael Douglas and Emilio Estevez.
Oh, yeah. What?
I don't know what he's
you know what? Michael Douglas, Emilio Estevez, and Charlie and Martin Sheen.
It would be Martin Sheen.
I mean, Martin Sheen and Emilio Estevez.
And Charlie Sheen. But, I'm just talking platoon.
I think that guy decided to put them together and really confuse everybody.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the Mannings. I mean, you got Archie, and then you got Peyton and Eli.
Well, that's true, yeah.
That's a biggie, too.
Yeah.
But the Cuomo thing, I don't know.
Cuomo.
Stupid Cuomo, another fucking business-as-usual politician. I'm
He's
sick of it.
He's just a sissy boy, fucking daddy's boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he's a fucking, you know what he is? He's a simp. He's a fucking simp. I like this Jimmy McMillan, even though he's a complete kook.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I at least he's not one of... That's what it's come to. You want somebody who's just not one of them.
Not on the inside, the career politician.
Well, let's get Jimmy McMillan on the phone, man, because he's guaranteeing victory.
Oh, yeah? He was on Hannity.
How did he do on Hannity?
I don't know. I didn't see it. Somebody just said
on
it.
the show or radio?
I heard Hannity liked him a lot.
Guess,
no, he was on the TV show.
On TV?
On the TV.
On the TV.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Democrats know that this...
They got Bill out stumping.
Yeah, Bill's out there. He's not drawing a lot of people at his events. A lot of these Democrats want Obama to stay away. Mm-hmm. One of them, Obama said he wasn't going to endorse. I forgot who it is, where he's from.
Was it Rhode Island? They wanted Obama to stay away.
Yeah. And he said he could take his endorsement and shove it.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Endorsements are worthless anyway. I like what Danny likes. Who gives a fuck what Danny likes? So why would I vote because he votes away, or vice versa?
Yeah. How about we just break down shit? Because that's what I like to do. You got a president, Obama. I know you don't like him, Anthony, but this goes for every president. You got the job for 4 years. How about you sit in the fucking White House and do shit instead of hitting the campaign trail? I hate when these guys do it. I don't care which guy's in there. It's like they spend half their fucking job endorsing other people and going around the country. Sit in the fucking White House and try to change shit.
Well, the good thing about Obama is I'd rather him be out on the campaign trail than
fucking more shit.
Fucking more shit up, exactly.
But in general, you understand what I'm saying.
In general, yeah, how the president can just stop working and try to get his buddies back in their fucking jobs is illegal. It just sounds illegal. Oh, my God, look at Harrison Ford.
Oh, boy. He looks like Vinnie Brand now. What the fuck happened to him?
May the force be with
Harrison
you.
Ford's focus on biodiversity.
Wow, he's bored.
Oh, my God.
Does he have an earring?
Oh,
Stop with the earring.
Yeah,
you fucking
does.
old actors look idiotic.
He doesn't look that bad.
He looks
does he?
terrible. Look at his left ear.
Morgan Freeman's got one.
What are you guys doing? You're embarrassing yourselves.
Bruce Jenner got two of them on Keeping Up with the Kardashians that I watched last night. It's a terrific show.
Oh, it's Han so old. Look at him.
He doesn't look that bad.
He does. Look at
How
his hair.
old is he now?
His hair's bad.
No, but his hair's
a
awful.
little greasy, okay?
It's
awful.
Happens.
I don't like the earring late in life.
Goldie Hawn and Kate Hudson, there's a nice combo.
Oh, okay.
That's a mother-daughter combo that's doing very well.
Sure.
But in general, you see a lot of these guys that get a big gig because of their father, and then they just suck at it.
I do not want fucking Cuomo's simp of a son.
He's in.
You're going to have him.
Your son is attempting to run for governor.
The state is really fucked up, man. The best guy for the job had to do the hooker thing. Spitzer is way better than any of those guys.
Yeah, Cuomo's going to be in there, and you're just going to see more tax the shit out of us. And I love how it's like, we're not going to raise taxes on the middle class. And meanwhile, the middle class has been lowered down to fucking poverty level.
Already.
So, yeah. They consider that middle class.
That's not a victory. At this point, they need to lower people's taxes.
Lower taxes for
not just say that
are,
we're not going to, raise them anymore.
Lower taxes or keep them the same for the people that are giving people jobs. And then watch unemployment dip down below these levels that haven't been seen in decades. How about you do that?
That's too logical.
That's simple.
That's too logical.
Instead of cutting the taxes for the people that are not contributing to society. That's what you're doing. You're giving a bunch of shit to people that aren't giving back to the country on the backs of the people that are employing people. So they have to cut jobs to keep their head above water. It's that simple.
It really is
if
that
anyone
simple?
wants to call and debate it, go fuck yourself because it's that simple. The people have said it. I've never gotten hired by a poor person. They've never given me a job. It's middle class, upper middle class, and wealthy people that hire other people, whether it's just to do work in your house or they run a big company and employ thousands of people. They're the ones that are making the economy. They are making employment for people. They're getting people to work and spend money. And what Obama's doing is the opposite. Let's bring up the people behind us. You're not bringing them up to the level that they're hiring people. You're keeping a welfare state. You're putting the burden on the people that are helping and employing the country. And that's why unemployment is kicking at 10%. You fuckwad douche.
Well, you're going to have to clean that up.
Ah, well.
I mean, that was perfect.
I had to
until
do
the
it for
end.
satellite radio.
Yeah, but now you can't
It was
be on
for
TV.
satellite.
You can't be on TV with that shit.
I implore you people, if you are registered voters, get out there and let's get rid of this fucking disaster. Get a new disaster in there. I'm fine with that. And see what that happens. But they have a lock. The Democrats have too big a lock on what's going on. Everything gets passed. Let the Republicans get in there. They'll try to pass legislation. Obama's going to veto it. And nothing will get done. It'll be great.
Oh, that'll be terrific.
Because that's how things work at their best when nothing gets done.
That's just wonderful.
It's
our country can't figure shit out anymore.
I know.
It's unbelievable.
You know how much I wanted the Democrat, because the Republicans are bad for us as what we do for a living. They're bad for us. They're the ones who, it's not the Democrats as much as they're politically correct asses that tenfolded the FCC fines or that was the conservative type of. And so it's like I wanted liberals,
but no one
to
wants,
balance that out.
No one wants that either. That's why the Democrats won, is because everyone was sick of the right-wing, religious right, conservative Republicans. There's a lot of independents. What the polls are saying is a lot of independent voters are voting Republican this time around because they are disgusted with what the Democrats have done.
But do you know how bad you have to fuck up for 2 years after Bush left to have people going, fuck, man, the Republicans weren't that bad.
Yeah, I can't stand what this guy is
doing.
It's
I don't want to say it's a shell game. It's too dramatic, but it really is just one or the other.
They have put too much government in your lives. And the Republicans do this with their morality and shit like that, and that's what they've done with us and stuff. But the Democrats want to be in your life. They want to protect you and save you and help everybody. They're fucking Robin Hoods. They're Robin Hoods, taking from not even the rich. They take from anyone that has any type of success in this country and spread it out to people that are just going to be a burden.
And you're going to have to deal with some fucking angry people
Fuck
now.
you!
Yeah, let's see how you handle Dan in Cleveland. Go ahead, Dan.
All right, Dan. Hello, Dan.
Make it quick because we got a lot of calls coming in right now, Dan.
I just got one question. I'm not here. I'm a long-time listener. And
Welcome aboard, Dan.
I'm just curious. You want the Republicans back in. What did that do for us with the whole 8 years of Bush? What's your take on that?
What did it do with the whole 8 years of Bush?
Yeah,
I think history has shown us what it's done. What do you want an answer from me? We know what happened in the 8 years of Bush.
It's just going to happen
wars
all over again.
No,
it's
an
unbalance of power. If you go all Democrat or all Republican, then you're looking at an unbalance. You got to have the checks and balances.
Exactly. We haven't had a checks and balance for 2 fucking years. And look at the disaster Obama's gotten us in. Look at the economic disaster Obama has gotten us in 2 fucking years of having carte blanche to pass whatever the fuck he wants.
But the knee-jerk reaction to just say, fuck all the Democrats and throw all the fucking Republicans back in, and then here's what's going to happen. Then we're going to be fucking sunk from the other side.
Yep.
You're going to have the extreme right wing that fucking was sinking the ship. It's got to be a checks and balances system.
And that's what's going to happen. The White House is Democrat. You get a Republican House, and nothing gets done. It'll be great.
Do you know, it's amazing how it's literally... They have it, like Clinton's a smart guy, and you listen to him and he's blaming the Republicans, and then you hear a really smart Republican, they're blaming the Democrats. They have it set up so it's like they just fucking blame each other.
Yeah.
That's all they do. And these are smart people. You can't decipher it. The conservative, no, it's because the Democrats, and then the Democrats are going, well, look at the mess Bush left. They fucking both stink.
Yeah.
I agree.
The only thing I know is
I
don't want the liberal Democrat coddling of this fucking country where everyone's got to be picked up and kissed on the head and rocked to sleep with the government just shoving their fist up your ass to help.
Adam in Jersey. Adam.
Yeah. I'm going to get yelled at, but I'll try anyway. I was going to say that Anthony is advocating voting against his own best interest. Now, not in the sense of taxes. I understand. Anthony, absolutely, you should vote the way you want to vote because of the tax issue, because your taxes are going up.
Yes.
And gay marriage, too, for Anthony.
Yes, gay marriage.
And I totally agree with that. But
yes.
The problem is that we want people who are fiscally conservative but socially liberal. At least that's what I want.
Yeah, try to find them.
You're not getting with either party.
Yeah.
The Republicans are fake fiscally conservative. The Democrats just outright are not physically conservative. But the Republicans, most of them, at least the people that are on the ballot right now, are socially conservative, which is bad for you guys. Just what Opie was saying before.
I'd rather take that evil than the fucking evil that is what the Democrats have been doing to this country for the past 2 years since they've had carte blanche. I'd rather have a split where the Republicans are running the House and the Democrats have the White House. I'd rather have that than have what we have now, because he's destroying what makes this country, or has made this country, great over the years.
But I don't think the Republicans are going to do any better when they go in.
Well, let's see.
The only thing we're going to see is...
Hey, Kreskin, don't predict the future, okay? I'm basing my fucking vote on what's happened the past couple of years. I'm not going to go into a voting booth and vote for what has happened the past 2 years. I'll vote for the mystery of what's going to be the next 2 years.
All right, let's go to Steve on Long Island. Steve.
Good morning, boys.
Good morning.
Listen, Anthony.
Fucking rape kid, I hate you.
Listen, let's have a real conversation without you
started this shit.
All right.
You yelling doesn't make you right.
And by the way, let me preface this before you start, because I'm reading what the screener wrote. By real conversation, you mean your opinion's right, and I'm just a puppet of Fox News. Now, go ahead. Go ahead.
Wrong, Anthony. First of all, don't get aggressive, because you do all the time.
You do.
That doesn't make you right.
That's true.
All right, sweetheart. I'm sorry.
No,
sorry,
Anthony,
baby doll.
Okay, let's stop playing games, okay?
Yeah, let's.
Okay, you're telling me that Obama raised the deficit. The fact of the matter is, the last budget under Bush was $1.46 trillion. Guess what? It's already been reduced by $1.9 trillion.
If you're even trying to tell me that Obama has reduced the deficit,
Anthony,
where the fuck are you getting your numbers?
Where am I getting my numbers?
Yeah.
Really? Well, okay, you're telling me everything passed. Nothing passes the fucking Senate, Anthony. It goes from the House and dies in the Senate because blue dog Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah, because they know not to vote along with fucking Obama because they want to keep their fucking job.
Wrong, Anthony. They're serving their corporate master. Have you not realized?
Man, their corporate master.
Yeah. Here we go again. Listen.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Oh, really? I'm a conspiracy theory person now. Let me preference this.
All right.
I'm a
Preface.
independent that both sides are pieces of shit.
We've already
Okay.
determined that.
Let's
yes.
understand that. But there has been more filibusters about stuff that will help the middle class. Anthony,
oh, really?
They wouldn't pass to help the goddamn 9/11 people, 9/11 workers. You know this to be fact.
Yeah,
okay?
That's crazy.
You know that is crazy.
Yeah, well, who's this they
I
shit? When the Democrats have the majority and even have a filibuster-proof majority, who is the who that isn't fucking giving 9/11 victims the health care they need? You tell me.
Do you want me to list the name of Republican senators that have voted against?
Yes, even if it's every single one of them. The Democrats have a filibuster-proof fucking... Why are you blaming the Republicans? They can't do shit. The Republicans cannot do shit right now.
They can't block anything. They never had a majority proof because you got Lieberman who rides the fucking train with the Republicans.
That ain't my fucking problem.
Exactly, that ain't your fucking problem. But what is your problem is the fact that your misinformation that you are speaking.
Yep. So you're giving the majority House and majority Senate a free pass because the Republicans don't want to vote along with Obama. Wow, you got a great point there. Instead of pointing out the majority House and Senate, you point out the minority and one independent. Holy shit, wow, you sure got me there.
Really, once again, you did not have a majority.
The corporate master, man!
Anthony, you know what? You forgot where you came from. Lose your money.
I know where I came from. Huntington, Long Island. A nice, rich enclave.
You weren't rich. None of us were rich.
I was a poor as dirt motherfucker.
None of us were rich until
I
recently.
want to keep some of my cash, motherfucker.
You know what? To say, I got to say, Anthony didn't forget where he came from. Ant's a guy.
I'm a drunk now, too.
Ant's a guy who fucking knows what it's like to be totally broke and sleep in your car. And then you work. Yeah, you get lucky breaks and you get talent.
Right.
But then when you feel like your shit is being taken away by people who aren't willing to work for it, or that's where you start to get pissed off. Not where you feel like you're doing your fair share and you're helping. No one minds fucking helping people.
Yeah.
Well,
but not to this extent. I'm being raped.
Unfortunately, I can't find one person that agrees with you.
Ant's
today.
of course. Ant's a generous guy.
Not one fucking person.
Generous to a fault.
As much as Ant sounds like a creep, he's a generous guy. He's not a fucking chiseler.
Oh my God.
Not one person agreeing with you today, Ant.
Whatever. What are you gonna do? That's because you're gonna get the people that are all upset.
Yeah, there's a few people.
You're not getting the people that really are like, okay.
You didn't buy that easily, did you?
Yeah, I actually did.
There's people agreeing with you as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
All right, a week to go, thank God.
That's it.
But I hated that. I hated the conservatives when they were in because to me, they really scared me with locking up pornography. Socially, they terrified me.
I know.
They were terrible, man.
I hate conservative Republicans. I hate ultra right wingers. They're dangerous.
Yes.
They're out of touch and they're crazy. They're fucking literally crazy, trying to govern by some holy entity in the sky. It's crazy. But the liberal left wing, hard left the Democrats, just as nutty.
All right. More importantly,
and out of touch, completely out of touch.
More importantly, Jim Norton's Cowboys are done for the season officially.
They suck, dude.
With Tony Romo getting a broken clavicle.
Oh, did he break a bone?
Oh, you didn't see the game last night?
No, I was too.
His left clavicle is not looking too good.
I
was not in his throwing arm, but fuck.
I was so angry last night for 2 hours because I saw the game was on. And I'm like, we have Michael K. Williams on Friday, Omar from The Wire, coming in. He's a good guest. So I wanted to get my picture signed, and I realized I couldn't find my photo with one of my favorite characters of all time.
Oh, shit.
I was going through my time machine. I actually you can't see where I whipped myself with a cord, but you can see where I
Holy shit!
I took a fucking an unsharpened pencil. I just drove it against I was going to stab myself with a pencil.
What the fuck?
Oh, Jimmy!
I was so angry at myself
lunatics
for being. It's like how stupid.
That's insane.
Am I?
That's creepy.
He was frustrated.
My stupidity.
But where's the picture?
I found it because people think I'm crazy.
Of course you're going to find it eventually.
No, but on an old fucking camera disc that I had saved.
Wow.
But to be so... I had this happen with my Woody Allen photo, too. It's like, to be so dumb and careless. I was just like,
What'd you do with that? Take a corkscrew to your head?
I had a fucking...
Wait, but to the point of, like, stabbing yourself?
Oh,
with
you
a pen?
don't understand. If I had a knife handy, I wouldn't have killed myself, but I literally would have stuck it in my arm, just out of, but deservedly so.
No,
yes,
that's crazy talk.
Losing a picture does not deserve
can't sit here
to
and say
stab
yes to
yourself.
You're right. Losing a picture doesn't, but being so fucking stupid does.
You would make an awful gun owner.
Dude, there's a reason I don't have
you
one.
would be an awful gun owner.
I so understand rage, but not to that level. That's crazy rage, man.
Wow.
That's insane.
It's
you
fucking...
almost stabbed yourself.
Oh, he is. Jimmy's ripping off Artie Lang. Oh, my God. That's what's happened.
I was just so fucking mad at myself for being so dumb and I have one copy of the photo, but it's on my big computer. And I guess I've been toying with effects because I have the copy of Ant, Michael K. Williams and Bob Kelly is pristine. But then the copy I have of me and him it had a circle around it, like you know how you toy in iPhoto with the effects.
Yeah.
Like I put like a fade around it, but I guess I saved it and didn't mean to.
Oh no!
So my girlfriend's like, "Oh, you were trying to put a little frame around you and your friend."
Now I know why you stabbed yourself. That's the real reason.
So
you can't fuck around with that. We had
angry at myself.
We had a black star in here, and my photo with him was so dark in the photo. I tried to lighten it up.
Yeah, very
to the
hard.
point I looked like I had scurvy.
You got it. Well, you got to isolate them.
I'm not that good at it
and then
yet.
Photoshop.
I understand.
Just their face.
Oh,
yes.
and
you got to segregate them from the photo, is what I'm saying.
I see.
And maybe roto around him,
and
then
people are
just
saying
you put effects on.
You're
there.
not using
yeah.
carbonite. It's a fine sponsor we have here.
I know. I have.
It wasn't a carbonite problem.
That's a great idea, actually.
Yeah.
Well, we've been talking about it for years.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's a terrific company.
I have. I sent it to the
See,
girl.
see, there you go. See, when you take a photo with a very dark star, it fucks up your face.
It does.
So then you got to Photoshop each other to balance it out.
I sent it to the photo place. I'm like, the white balances or whatever's a little off. Could you fit? Because I look like I'm just glowing.
The white balance is a little off, and they go, "Yeah, we know what you mean."
I think there'd be a lot
we
less.
got it.
I think there'd be a lot less stress in your life, Jimmy, if you just got rid of that whole fucking celebrity photo thing.
Oh my!
It's getting way too stressful.
But it's not, because it wasn't that. Be something else, dude.
But it's getting to a point where you're almost stabbing yourself, and you did whip yourself. Is there a whip mark on his?
Self-flagellation.
Is there a
You
whip
were
mark?
just Really?
Yeah, I just had a cord. I had a hard drive cord. I just fucking slapped.
I used to love beating myself up.
Let me see the scrape on your arm. That was a pencil.
It was an unsharpened pencil.
And you just went like
No,
that.
I just was like,
and skinned yourself.
I
with
just
it
drove
like
it down into my arm, and it actually skidded farther than I thought it would.
But still,
Ow.
Look at my glowing white face. Here's the photo. Look at my glowing white face. It's like holy Jim.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens.
It really is.
I was annoyed at my own
The camera gets
stupidity.
really confused when it has to take that photo.
Oh, it has no idea what to
doesn't
do.
know what to do.
Yeah.
I'll try this, I guess. And, all right, so Romo's out.
Camera gets,
they're saying he might be out for the season. I think he is.
I think
he's out 8 to 10 weeks. That's pretty much the
I
season.
hate the fucking. I think Wade Phillips is terrible, and I think Romo's a choke. I don't think he's ever going to win a big game. Ever.
And Favre's record is in jeopardy. With
I don't believe that injury.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Uh-oh. Wait,
It's
you
so
don't believe
obvious.
that injury?
The NFL wants to suspend Favre.
Yeah.
But they're probably making a little back office deal there.
So you think
and
he's
they're
gonna
like,
be
why don't we just make believe you have an injury, and then that's why you have to sit out.
But that still fucks his record up.
Yes.
Yeah, but they would rather it be on his terms
Because
than
of an injury.
than fucking suspending him for the cock photo.
Some fucking
shit.
send your dick to some fucking chick, and an NFL record is stopped. This country fucking stinks.
That is stupid.
And the broad is hurting now. She's lost 9 pounds, and she was in model shape before she lost the 9 pounds. So her people are saying you can only imagine what that has done to her. Yuck. We met this.
Did she
We
push
met
this-
this broad, and guess what? She's a strong broad, and she can handle a cock picture. This is such horseshit
It
that's
really
going
is.
on.
It's bullshit.
It's such horseshit. The whole world is insane.
Maybe she was mad that his cock was so awful.
Yeah.
She thought an 8-year-old sent her a cock picture.
But what is he saying? He's got 2 fractures or something
Yeah, I don't
in
know.
his foot or whatever?
I wonder if honestly, can you fake something like that, or is insurance? Would the insurance people make you their doctor?
It might not even be fake. It might be a type of injury that he could
how do you
still
fake
play,
it,
but he's
though?
like, well, you do have this
Oh,
injury.
okay.
It's documented.
I don't know.
So why don't you sit out for that reason instead? Oh, by the way, the Giants are just breaking quarterbacks this year. I think Romo's
Breaking?
They are. They're getting to the quarterback and hurting some QBs this year. Yeah, I think this is the 4th one to go down. Few have got back up, but Romo's out 8 to 10 weeks.
And then in Yankee bullshit news,
Language.
I love this. I love this complete bullshit. You get Brian Cashman saying that
The GM, obviously.
they're firing the pitching coach. They're firing the pitching
What is
coach,
it?
but it has nothing to do with what happened in the playoffs. And just no, but we don't want anyone to think that that's the reason we're letting him go. It's so the reason they're letting him go.
How about what are they going to do to the hitting coach? Where they're paying a guy $250 million, and he's fucking hideous.
He says the ball comes at him very fast.
Why don't they fire A-Rod?
It's very hard.
He had a horrendous play.
They want They want the home run record back in New York, and that's why they have him. I firmly believe that.
The ass in seats.
And is Jeter coming back?
Of course.
His demands are getting high.
What do you mean? What's he want?
Anything for him.
I don't know exactly, but they're saying that his demands are getting a little too high, considering that his numbers are going down.
They'll pay anything to keep Jeter.
Well, Jeter wants his whole career as a Yankee. That would be pretty cool for him because you don't want to see Jeter in that awkward Tampa Ray fucking uniform or something,
or the Reds,
right?
The Padres.
We've seen it a million
the
times
Royals.
with those superstars.
Padres.
I think Walt Frazier was a Cavalier at one point. You had Joe Namath. I think he was a L.A. Ram, right?
Yeah. Oh,
and then you had what was OJ before he was in pinstripe? Huh?
No, you said, what was OJ? I said, go ahead, Ann.
Oh.
Yes.
This is it?
Surprise. No.
Oh, you did a surprise.
I love surprise.
I got handed a surprise Jocktober from Sam where we get to see the first track, Anthony, but then the other tracks I'm not allowed to look at.
I like surprises.
I hope
this is a surprise Jocktober today.
I hope the surprise is it's empty.
Only 3 to go.
Oh, thank
God.
God.
4 maybe. What day are we up to? Tuesday.
Thank God.
So then what else? Oh, and then basketball starts tonight. Exactly, but
basketball.
But it is LeBron James and the super team going up against the Celtics. So there's a bit of a buzz up there in Boston. I think it's in Boston tonight to open up the NBA season.
Yeah.
And God, I hope the Heat get their asses handed to them.
Good luck.
I'm a fan now. Once again, I'm an NBA fan because I want to see the Heat just not get it done with this super team.
I don't know much about basketball, but I do know that the Heat going up against the Celtics with the likes of the lumbering giant Shaquille O'Neal.
The Shaq.
The Shaq.
Celtic this year?
The Shaq.
The Celtics decided to pick up some old men.
The Black Celtics. Let's not forget.
Yes.
Thank you, Patrice, for that one.
With the Irish. The whole Irish thing. They got clovers on their backs, and they're Celtics. What the hell? What? That is some tans fucking Irish.
They want to win.
Yeah, that's true.
Although Whitey's making a comeback in the NBA.
Yeah, but they're like, what, Russian or something?
They're
Russian
Europeans.
and Japanese.
Yeah, they got that
like
Eastern European look to them.
Yeah. I must break
Should we take our first break? Because
I'm hungry.
We got one of the Ice Road truckers stopping in to say hi.
I saw
Alex.
his truck outside. It's pretty fucking big.
Did he drive here? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Is it the biggest truck in New York or something?
Yeah.
What is it?
You're looking, and it's a tandem tractor trailer. Which, by the way, I don't believe are allowed through New York, the giant, tandem ones. I think they got to unhitch, take 2 trucks, get them into Jersey, and then hitch back up.
So what is he driving that's so big? Is it the trailer or the actual...
Permit.
The whole thing.
The rig is giant.
Yeah, he's got the whole fucking thing parked out front. I think he's sleeping in it.
The sleeper pops out to the side, so it's an extended sleeper.
I want to see that.
If you go in our office, you can see it downstairs.
Yeah, it's giant.
Think he'd let us see the inside? I've always wanted to see the inside of one of those, a real nice trucker sleeper. But I'm afraid the minute you go in there, they're going to choke you and fuck you in the face.
Leave you on the interstate somewhere.
I really want to see that, though.
Yeah, it's huge.
Well,
That's
check it out.
Driving
you can see it from our office, even though
How did
we're way
I not
up
see
here.
it? I got off the fucking... I got out of a cab. How did I not see it?
Well, it's not on that side. It's on the other side. The back side of the building. The side we leave from.
Yeah, you must have came in the other way.
Yeah, but I walk in that.
No, you walk.
No, I drive that way to get here. I must have drove right past it.
You missed a giant truck. The biggest truck in New York City.
I missed it. I was like, where's that big truck? I should be hugged.
You should be.
All right, we're going to take a break. He's here even. So let's take a break. We'll talk to Ice Road Trucker Guy next.
Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
You're gonna get what you deserve. 9 Inch Nails, brother. They're reissuing Pretty Hate Machine next month. That's why we're playing that. In other music news, Lady Gaga becomes the first artist with 1 billion YouTube views. Holy shit.
1 billion.
They like the Lady Gaga. And Michael Jackson tops Forbes' top-earning dead celebrities list. No surprises there.
Yeah.
He made a lot of money
Congratulations.
in
I couldn't
death.
be happier.
Who was number 2? Elvis? Elvis is usually way up there. And I think Kurt Cobain still makes the list, right, Travis?
He wasn't in the top 5 this year.
I didn't make it.
No,
What's the top 5 real fast as we get the Ice Road Trucker guy?
J.R.R. Tolkien was number 3.
Okay.
And I'm drawing a blank on 4 and 5.
All right, well, move out of the way.
there
We
you
got
go.
Alex here. Alex from the Ice Road Truckers. How are you, sir?
How you doing, sir?
Gorski.
Oh, wow, I could go freeze my ass off.
That
God
looks
damn.
a little cold
Look at that,
for my
minus
liking.
42 degrees. Come on.
No.
Oh, wait, minus 42 Celsius.
Alex, I can't hear you.
You all right,
That's-
Alex? You're at the strip club or something. You're right there.
That is some cold weather.
Yeah, it sure is. Can we start with the truck, Alex? We're all talking about your truck.
What truck?
That's your truck outside, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. That thing is the biggest truck we've ever seen in the New York area, and
It's the record, right? I think
We're
he set
trying to
the
get
record.
we're trying
for
to
it.
get into Guinness. It's 430 inches, 45 feet long.
45 feet long.
The Red Giant. It's still a work in progress, even though it's just about completed. The CB radio
you
still
got
on the
that
floor, and
fucking asset.
a couple items.
Nice.
The hydraulics. I don't know if you noticed. There's 2 screens on the side. They're 5 by 11 feet. Those screens come out, and they're supposed to lift up to roof height. It's made by LED television screens, but they aren't lifting yet. They just stay down low.
And you got that truck into New York in one piece, or did you break it down?
Well, it took us 2 days. It was yesterday.
2 days.
We thought we were finished yesterday. All we could find was low bridges and nice highways that fit the truck, except only meant for cars to get it inside. Then we had
Did you have a problem at the GWB? I'm hearing.
Well, we had a whole new set of permits. We're going on Fox and Friends here shortly, and we thought we'd blown the show because we just couldn't get in.
Couldn't get in, yeah.
And then we got one of the escort services brought us in, and everything they decided to hold us over, and everything worked out well.
I go
Good for
crazy
you.
just driving an Escalade around these goddamn streets. I couldn't imagine trying to navigate that thing through some of the streets.
Well, you
in,
notice
New
there's
York
a steering
City.
axle right in the middle, eh?
Yeah, oh, is that it?
Well,
So
I
you
mean,
kinda-
it helps. The truck is so long, if it didn't have the axle in the middle of the track,
you'd be wiping out every corner.
No, the truck would just bend. It needs that for support. Plus
Yeah.
So we usually need at least 2 lanes to turn, sometimes 3, depending how bad.
Wipe
the
out
corner is.
some pain in the ass pedestrians too that stand on the corner too close to the road.
You're not getting
Stand them.
You're not going to get the truck out of here anytime soon, then, because I mean, this city is a little busy.
Well, I mean, if the right fellows come to give us a hand, Hoboken and Ridgewood, the boys come out with the red lights, and
Yeah,
I'll tell
yeah.
you,
Oh, I see what
these
you're
guys
saying.
know how to move vehicles
I
and stop
see.
vehicles.
They certainly
Oh, you're
do.
going to get the special treatment today.
Of course.
Oh, that
I was
rules.
hoping to come into Times Square with the motorcycle cops helping us out, but they were busy.
How is the inside of that cab? Because I'm always fascinated by tractor trailers, and you look at these tractors, and yours has got to be pretty damn good inside.
I don't know if you've heard of Rockwood Products. Carl Carson's out of he makes interiors for mainly for Peterbilt's, but Kenworth's, and sometimes custom builds other vehicles. This one has burled maple floor in it, which is the same as the dash and the Rolls Royce and the Bentley.
Oh wow!
And he makes special interiors. It's a 1990 Diamond Rio. They stopped building them in about 91. It's got a 3406B 4.25 cat in it. Only puts about 350 horsepower to the ground because it has 6 drive shafts. Because of the length, you'll lose a bunch of the power.
Yeah.
But the inside's beautiful.
Twist that thing.
The whole interior is customized. They used to have a plastic dash when they first built in 1990, and a fellow customized an aluminum dash, and it looks just factory in there. It's all molded. Look at the fellow Brian Dax that owns the truck. He's actually the truck has over 2.6 million miles on it. Wow. He drove it since new, and then here, just in the last 5 years, he shut the truck down, stretched it out. I don't know the names of the custom shops and stuff in Wisconsin that worked on it. Like the inside's all wooden floor. When those 2 sides slide out, it's got a computer system in there, screens, television, microwave, bathroom, like basic as living quarters. We went by we had a couple of tour buses go by us, like with bands in them.
Yeah.
And this truck is way cooler than any of the buses.
How
that
many
went
does it
by us.
sleep? It sleeps 1 or 2?
No, we can sleep 6 or 7.
You can
Wait,
sleep
in that in the tractor?
No, the tractor, we got a double bed, so we try to keep it down to one. I'm married, you know, we got 11 kids and all that stuff. I hate to have my wife find out we're piling
11
up in bed.
kids? Well, we know what your hobbies are. Wow.
Now we know why you're on the road.
I've been married 38 years. We had sex 13 times. We had 2 miscarriages. You look like you had it more than I have.
Oh, my God.
11 kids. God bless you, man.
Yeah, we have 10 grandchildren.
10 grandchildren.
My oldest grandchild is as old as you guys are.
Wow. Wait.
No. How old are you?
Yeah, you look.
You don't look old. To have
we live in North Alaska. Alaska, the Northwest Territories. You breathe that air and drink that water. I'm ancient, but you stay looking young up there.
Wow.
That's a lot of fucking.
How old do you think he is? He won't tell us.
I don't know.
Now I know that he's got. He says he's got kids. You couldn't have kids as old as we are, but you have.
He does.
Nah, no way.
I'm 95. Really, the water and the air up there is just perfect. It'll keep anything, you know.
Preserves you.
I'm worried if I stay here more than 2 days, I'm going to start to sag as I cool out.
You probably will. Get out of Dodge, man.
Melt a little bit.
Now you'd been driving a truck up there for years. What did you think when you were approached to do a TV show based on this? Was it kind of like, what are you talking about? This is just my job.
No. The good Lord puts different things in one's path every day, and you have to make a decision, yes or no, and then down the road, sometimes it's the wrong decision. You'll have to do something different, and you just make choices every day. They come up. I was doing my job. We've seen lots of cameras on the road. European, German, English, Asian, American cameras, because people are interested in the North. Like we're out, the places that you spend $6,000, $7,000, I don't know, $10,000 to go fishing up there. Well, we drive on those lakes, and we think, boy, we'd like to come fishing in the summer, except we'd have to hire a plane and everything else to get in there. And so a lot of people find it interesting. These guys come up, and we see them on the road, and I've thought about it'd be kind of interesting to be on a documentary or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then they showed up and decided to make a show, and they went looking for characters. The folks in town all pointed in my direction and said, well,
is that it? Yeah.
If you need a character, go see Devigorsky, because, I've done a number of things. Sometimes life can be boring. I ran for mayor one time. People are saying, well, what do you run for mayor for? I said, well, I need teeth. So I didn't get elected, so just in case you're wondering, I still need teeth. As a matter of fact, the other day I ran into a lady, and she's saying, I've got a new set of teeth. I said, well, if you got a mouth as big as mine, then maybe I can get your old ones.
What's wrong with your teeth? They look fine.
But you're on the side, the good side. So
got a couple of missing.
Oh my God, he's gonna kill us.
Yeah, that really is. That's the sound you hear as a shallow grave is being dug.
All you see is the moonlight as that.
Somebody's trying to poison me.
No, I think is this one yours? What's in here?
Oh, jeez, can't we keep this straight?
This one here's got milk in it, and it's.
This might be yours, sir. I didn't touch it.
poison.
This is mine right here. Yeah, positive.
Well, why were you licking the little hole in top of the cup?
That's just what I do. Reminds me of a hiney.
Jesus.
I thought maybe you thought there was an ant going to come out or something.
So we should be promoting the book, sir. You got a book about your life, right?
Yes.
My memoir, yeah, King of the Road.
King of the Road. Do you know who
book.
sang King of the Road? 1964 song.
Horton? No.
Roger Miller.
Roger.
Yeah,
That's
Roger
right,
Miller.
right, yeah. King of the
Good
Road.
oldie. It's
Yeah.
a good oldie.
I should
Oldie but
remember
goodie?
that, eh?
Yeah, I know, right?
That's all right.
Dang
Name of the book.
Dang.
Yeah. I was that guy too.
But the one I could never figure, James, hold the ladder steady. I'm a-coming down into your arms. I'm a-coming down into your arms. Nobody tell me who wrote that song. And
I have no idea.
I'm the only guy that ever heard it. Out in the woods, that's where we lived. We didn't even have power, but we had a little
We could probably
plastic
find
radio.
out for you if you need to.
There's a lot of
If you
trucking
need to know.
songs. What's that one? 6 Days on the Road, and I'm going to make it home tonight, and
What?
Convoy.
But
That one I know.
But there aren't
Eastbound and down.
very many trucking shows.
No.
And that's what
Well, do you got the satellite? We got some great trucking shows now.
trucking shows as far as on television.
Yeah.
As far as
Oh,
shows
okay.
about truck drivers, like ice road truckers, eh?
Right.
Yeah.
And
you don't
I
want
feel
to.
They
obligated
picked a very treacherous area that would be interesting for truckers. Now, how long have you been driving up there?
Well, I've lived up there 35 years.
And you've
on
been
top of
driving,
the
just
22
driving
or
on
so.
ice the whole time.
Since about the 80s. I have a business of my own. I just drive in the wintertime up north in the bush on the ice. Mm-hmm. And in the summertime, I make topsoil and, dig holes, haul gravel. I understand that you're how many addictions do you have?
Oh, God, plenty.
Cars? I
Yeah.
heard.
I like cars.
Yeah, I've got 150 in my front yard. People think I have a junkyard. It's a collection. I do have a couple of drag lines and maybe a half a dozen 8 big trucks. Yeah.
Are you a hoarder?
They all run.
I got sheds full. I don't consider. I'm a collector.
Yes, that's what they say. I'm not a hoarder. I'm a collector.
Only people that collect understand people that collect what the reason is. You can't. You don't even know how to verbalize it. But I understand your problem.
I can see a crossover show. I throw truckers and hoarders.
Yeah, no
Hoarders can't verbalize it either, though. It's like, why do you need that? It's a feeling. They just know.
You're saying danger, though. That really driving truck. There's 40,000 Americans a year die on the highways of America. It's 120 a day. That's more than all the NATO troops, American troops, Canadian troops, German, Polish, all the guys in Afghanistan, Iraq, and all over the place.
It's dangerous out there.
And the guys out there, right, they're basically in a war zone.
Yeah.
And, every day, things happen. You drop your phone, look down, you got a problem half the time. Everybody scares the pants themselves once a day. But what happens, a lot of guys, I'll talk to guys, I don't do that dangerous shit, And the guys, I said, you forgot. Because you start out and you get your load, you tie it down, you go down the road, have all the worries of making sure it doesn't fall off. You deliver it, and once it's in the bank, you have a beer, you forget about it. Because the next load you're working on, you're thinking about that. You just totally forget about the last one.
Yeah.
And then they just don't remember. You're looking forward rather than backwards.
Sure.
I've seen a couple places on, where it showed me sliding down the hill in the show.
Yeah.
And I thought, where the heck did they get that from? That's only a couple of months ago. Like, I didn't do that.
I
thought they were scripting or something. And then I saw the show. I figured, that was bad. I remember now.
Because you just put it out of your mind once it's done. It's like, we slid. I slid again.
No, at the time, it's bothersome. I mean, that's why I had to have a hemorrhoid operation, and the darn thing's come back,
Oh, shit. That's a trucker's worst thing.
Yeah, that's really bad. A medical situation, you have to sit on it.
Shit, man. Jesus.
A lot of people call me that, but I'm not him. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Yeah. I hear you.
Do you guys have in the thing? I always wonder too, because you see in truck stops, you have little. What kind of bathroom do you have? Where do you shit? Like, do you guys have like a little? Can
what
shit?
What do you think they make ditches for?
Oh, you have to get out though. You know,
shitting and burying hookers.
See, he shits outside like a real man.
I mean, that's something people don't think about, especially out in the winter roads. We got an 8-hour drive at 15 miles an hour. If we're coming out of Yellowknife to get to Lockhart. Like, where do you go to the bathroom? Like every self-respecting trucker, at least every once in a while, poops his pants.
Has to just.
I mean, it's just like nobody talks about it, just because. You're in traffic. You're here. You're there. You drank too much coffee. Maybe caught the flu. Not eating the right food. The stomach is no. At least I've got problems. If I don't eat regular and I don't eat the right foods, the next thing I got a problem. And whatever goes in has got to come out. So. Sometime it doesn't do it according to plan.
Well, they don't show that on the show.
That'd be a great show.
Oh, yeah. That'd be a great episode.
Great would that? That'd be like
all
the DVD.
The different places that different individuals just accidentally poop themselves. Yeah, that'd be a show. That could be a whole episode.
Hell yeah.
Could be a whole episode.
So you guys have don't you have like a little portable thing? If you have an emergency and you just got to pull over, you don't have like a little portable thing?
Some of the guys do. I don't. But there's
just
people
stick it over the railing.
You think the first pants shitting episode would say, you know what, I got to get a portable thing here so this never happens again.
Well, you only have up north there, I only got so much. Like I'm carrying, with my own truck, I'm carrying a lot of tools. I'm carrying parts with me. I got just enough room, for my seat into the back, the sleeper. I mean, I met an old guy, and he was a gold miner prospector from the Klondike, from Alaska up in that way, and we were hauling up there, and he had a great big. He had one of the last. What do you call the big V8 cats in his truck, and in his sleeper it was just like a hole. It was a big dip. It was just right from the ceiling down the floor, and I don't know, just like a cave in there. And he just crawled in, sort of lay in this dip of clothes and parts, and I looked at his dash, and the middle of his dash was burnt. It was melted. And I was thinking, like, what happened to your dash? And he says, my heater quit, and I'm using a Tiger Torch. And the Tiger Torch, that's the flamethrower on, the propane bottle. And I looked, and here's the propane bottle, like for your barbecue, sitting beside the seat. The Tiger Torch is balanced on top of it, rolling back and forth. He didn't have it on. And he said, I was going down the road, and he said, the dash caught fire, the torch fell off the bottle, I hit a pothole, I was trying to get the torch turned off.
Inside his truck's on fire.
He's burning. Like, he must have been really gassed, from the melting plastic and, checking out those
you would think.
burning biphenyls and everything else there.
God damn, wow.
Wow.
That's
There's some
yeah.
real characters up there still. They haven't all died off yet.
How about the lot lizards? Do you have those lot lizards up there? Those girls.
What's a lot
truckers always
lizard?
tell us about the girls who in the truck stops, the ugly hookers who come at like 3 o'clock in the morning and like rap on the side of your truck.
Well, up there, it's the men are men and the huskies are scared.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be a little too cold, right?
Yeah.
I've seen a few episodes where guys are driving and you'll hear a noise and be like, "Uh-oh, I got to get out." And the bundling up of getting out, because what's the temperature?
Well, I mean, it's like you guys. You're all set, what here, commando, what do you call it down here or something? You guys don't got underwear on.
I have underpants.
You got up north, you wear underwear. I mean, I had them with me. I had them on the other day in Hoboken, the windows blowing. It was really cool. You wear it's like light T-shirt material, but it's full body.
Full body, right?
That's for the fall, and then you go heavier and heavier, and then the winter comes. I mean, you're walking around in your shirt sometime, and you look like you got nothing on. You're really tough, but really got long johns on, and they're keeping you warm.
What kind of temperatures
so you dress for it.
about?
You put one balaclava on. If the wind starts howling, starts hitting 60, 70, 80, 100 below, you put a second balaclava on to cut the wind.
Below.
You got a snow machine suit over top your clothes, which are over top of your long johns. You got all these layers on there. It's comfort. Like 45 below, I'll tell you, it's fantastic. The air is crisp and clean. At night, the northern lights, and you see them, you can actually hear them. You can hear them crackle just from the cold. They change color. It's fantastic. And even in the big storms, it's blowing. It's 100 below. It's neat to be out there. As long as you're dressed for it. If you're not dressed for it, you're only going to...
dead.
Well, what happens is when hypothermia starts setting in and you really get cold, you start feeling hot, even though you're freezing. And a lot of guys, you'll find them frozen in the snowbanks. You start taking your clothes off until you're naked. You feel so hot. And it's the exact opposite because of the way the brain works.
Yeah.
And there you are running through the snowbanks and...
The biggest nightmare
the wolves,
thing
if the wolves don't drag you away, or the coyotes, or the wolverines, or the
they
polar
might
bear,
find you.
Yeah,
100 below. Space is like 300 below.
Space.
That's how cold space is, right? It's like 300 degrees below zero, I think.
It's almost space.
Yeah.
Well, just take,
you're a third of the way to space.
You have to eat a tablespoon of maple leaf lard every morning. That helps make you. And also, that's a natural way of getting rid of wrinkles. You just have a tablespoon of lard every morning till the wrinkles disappear. You don't have to use Botox.
Wait, you eat it?
It's naturopathic.
Oh, boy, Jimmy's going to go find some of this stuff now.
Because as you see, like, you don't have many wrinkles because you're a little heavier, so as you fill out, the wrinkles disappear. I'm the funniest guy I know.
He's the funniest guy he knows.
Oh, take every opportunity you can to laugh at one of my jokes.
I love Alex.
Yes,
yeah. I got to read your book now.
Do you love me?
Not in that way. So.
I'm taking donations, anything over 20, because I can't count under 20.
Yeah,
buy a new set of teeth. Buy some clothes for the kids.
We haven't even talked about your book, and you sold me. I got to now. Just listening to you, I got to read this book, King of the Road. Now, I just have to.
It's my memoir.
True tales from a legendary ice road trucker.
There's always things happening around me ever since I was young. Not always good things.
When it's 40, 50, and well, you even said 100 degrees below, and you're dressed for it, but aren't you nervous that if something happens to your rig, now you're out there in the elements?
Well, the problem is we live
That's
there.
what I would be freaked out about.
One of the problems is that some guys do freeze to death. Not dressed properly. People that live there, because when you live there, you take it for granted. You get in your car, you drive your truck, things always run. A lot of people, most people don't go prepared. I tend to, when I go on the road, I've got lots of stuff. I have no room in the truck because I got tools and I got parts. I carry tow. I got a big tow rope. Be surprised. Like a lot of people, they don't have this stuff. I can pull other trucks out of the ditch, especially if I'm loaded, and dress for it. A lot of people, you get used to everything running, you get used to warm, and then all of a sudden something happens and you're stuck. And that's where the problem is. Because you're used to it, you don't prepare. You'd be surprised how little Northerners that live in that stuff don't prepare.
Take it for granted,
Aboriginal people and stuff, they just take it for granted. They're traveling in the land, they're not geared up good enough, and then something happens. A bunch of coincidences. The machine breaks down. The guy that said he's going to meet you didn't show up. Maybe you go through the ice or go into overflow and get wet on top of all that.
What's going through overflow?
Then your mattress overflows. When we're on the ice, a lot of times as the lake settles, as the snow builds up, the ice it'll push like the whole lake. I mean, anything on that ice is creating weight. When you got a whole lake and it's got a foot of snow or 2 feet of snow. Maybe the weather warmed up, maybe it rained a bit, makes that.
It's pushing the ice down.
And then the ice pushes down.
And then you get some water.
The layer of water comes on
rising.
top.
The first time you saw that, did you think you were drowning or you were about to go through the fucking lake?
We do have on occasion. For instance, there was a time it come when there's overflow and it's only we know that there's at that point there we knew that there was a stream that was flowing in that area or a river that was potentially crossing the road. So you're not sure if it wore the road because ice will not stay. Like ice might be 3 feet thick, but it doesn't stay 3 feet thick. It gets thicker, but sometimes it gets thinner. As you drive on it or there's currents, it'll wear out. So it might get thinner in it. Depending on what the currents are doing. And there was lots of overflow. There was fairly deep, so I turned the truck around, put the chains on all 4 wheels in the back, and then the first time I learned the hard way. The first time I did this, left the mud flaps down, but tie your mud flaps up and back the mud flap end of the truck, the back end of the truck, into the overflow and break ice with the trailer. And then so that if it's going to sink, the trailer would go down. And
Yeah,
the truck is still
right.
on
The trailer's going to go first.
Back the truck through the chains give you traction because you don't want to get inside that overflow like 2 feet of water at 25 below, and all of a sudden here you spin out and you got to go and stand in this water up to and lay down or try to get chains on. So you make sure you get chains on, back through the bust all the ice with the trailer, which the boss probably doesn't like to see, but he does want to get the load there. Like the first time, took the mud flaps off, so I left the mud flaps down because the ice in the top.
Why take them off?
Well, because when the truck goes through and it breaks the ice, well, all of a sudden the mud flaps are hanging in the water, and the tires are pushing the mud flaps against the ice, turning, and they rip the mud flaps off. Okay. And they get excited about that. I mean, I'm not worried about the truck. I own the truck, but the guy owns the trailer. When you bring the trailer back and there's parts missing off it,
they get a little mad.
When you do your pre-trip, you put down missing mud flaps before you start the trip, and you wait till after the trip. Banged up reefer. Well, my truck is a little short, so the reefer's probably going to hit the headache rack. So you do the pre-trip. But reefer's banged up.
You pre-break it.
I pre-broke it on the paperwork. Yeah.
Little tricks of the trade.
Anyway.
Whoops.
So you back it onto the lake to make sure.
Well, no, I mean, we're on the lake, and all of a sudden there's an area of water on the lake in the middle of winter. And you figure it's okay, but but then what happens? Along comes my buddy Roman behind me. My bumper's higher, and he's got a Texas bumper, and it's down to about this high off the ground. And he comes through it frontwards. Even the way after I got back the trailer, bust all the ice, turn the trailer around, drive through forwards. Was bumper so low. It's too bad I didn't have a can. He picked all that ice, all that broken ice. He was picking it up with the bumper because his bumper's underwater.
Like a plow, yeah.
And he's got a 89. He had an 89 International, and the ice just built right up his grill till it was literally getting ready to come right over. When he come out of that hole of ice there, it was actually ready to go on top of his hood. He knocked a bunch of lights off and things like that. And I couldn't believe it. Holy mackerel! You're pushing that whole wall of ice with your grill.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I didn't understand it. So you got the ice. There's a river through the ice.
There's a river underneath the ice. In some places, there's currents under the ice because in the lake, there might be a river entering the lake and leaving the lake on opposite ends of the lake or crossways. And then you've got ice over top of it. So there's a current running that way. And then somehow the water gets up on top of the ice. Maybe it froze down to the bottom. Sometimes we end up with only, because of pressures, there's springs out in the swamp. And the water will start coming up and just start.
How come you don't go through the fucking ice completely into the water below?
Because the ice below is heavy enough to carry me. There was only this much of the ice was bad on top.
Maybe he's doing like 9-10 inches or a foot. And how thick is ice for you to be able to drive a truck like that on? It has to be.
Well, I mean, when you start building it, it's one thing. There's the guys that build the ice road. There's guys that have to go out and prep and make it. They got to take the snow off it initially. Okay, we're going to have an ice road. So now they get out there into November and beginning December, and somebody's got to go out there and measure it. Okay, we're going to take the snow machine and with these. Either with ice augers, which is a manual old-fashioned way, or they go out and they have this electronic gadget that's got radar, looks through the ice. It's okay, we can get now we can get a machine with a plow on. Those snow groomers, the big wide tracks, low ground pressure, with the big blade, and then they move the snow off. The snow is an insulating factor. So they get about 16, 18 inches of ice. It depends on who it is and how adventuresome they are and who's watching them do it. They'll get out there, knock the snow off it, and then they'll start moving. As you move back and forth the ice, you start driving the frost in. You take the insulating blanket of snow off, and then the weather itself starts freezing it. And then the water trucks come onto it and start watering it. And then we got portages. Between every lake, every 2 lakes there's land, and it's called a portage. So we cross the land. So then up on the portage, they're full of holes and everything. Like they don't go there and level them all out. you know, 'cause you can't reach them in the summertime when the ground's thawed out. So now you come up and you take a mixture of snow and water trucks and graders, and you fill all the holes in, you smooth it over. And so you get like a highway in between and down to the next lake, plow the snow off.
They prep the road.
So those guys, like, you know,
I had
they're
no
15,
idea.
20, they're probably around 20 inches. I've been in 18, 20 inches of water truck, you know, where I have to load water. Got a hole in the ice. I'm loading water half asleep and out there a little bit longer than I should be. And you know, as you're pumping water into the truck is getting heavier, and you're sitting on the ice, and I suddenly realize that the water's kind of coming out of the hole and halfway up my shoe. I'm thinking, what the heck, you know, I think I got enough water. I'm getting out of here and go dump your load, half a load, of course. But then when they take us on there, I think it's 28 to 32 inches ice when you get the first loads. They take light loads, 5,000 pounds in a tractor trailer, like in a van, toilet paper, insulation, whatever, you know, because they need everything up there. You got 600 men. Prudhoe Bay, you got 14,000 men and women up there, so they need everything from toilet paper to heavy equipment parts. They send the light loads, and then the first day maybe 3 trucks go out, like, you know, north of Yellowknife, and then maybe 6, 10 by the 15th. You're running 100, 150, 200. You know, by the end of the month, you're running all 800 trucks are starting to...
800 trucks going
on a real big year, 12,000 load year, that sometime they'll have somewhere between Edmonton, which is 1,000 miles south of us, and up there in the mines, there's 800 trucks going round and round trying to move the equipment. So, well, like you say, between us and Houston. I mean, there's lots of times looked in a bunch of stuff come out of all the way up down the western seaboard. It might even come out of New York if it's specialty equipment. British Columbia, it comes from all over the place. Actually, all over the world, some of the equipment.
Wow. How do you talk
they
about...
went out there in the barren lands, not a tree in sight, in the middle of nowhere, spent over $1.5 billion for a couple of those mines to build a mine. I thought, like, what the heck, just put the money in the bank and collect the interest. I mean, any interest, like anything would be a lot of money.
Building a mine up there.
Went out and built
middle of nowhere.
How do you put? I want to know how he puts. How do you put chains on a tire? Like, you have to do that in 100 degree below zero. When
the wind's blowing stuff, if you got a problem and you're going to spin out, you got to put them on. You take the chains off, you throw them over the tire.
How long does that take?
Well, it depends how old, tired, sick, how messed up you are. Put them on, you know. I mean, it's not, usually it's not a race. Are we talking about my chaining up abilities? Well,
no, is it like? I mean, I have no concept.
I've been
chaining up abilities.
Don't mess with that, Jimmy.
I have no. He lives a man's life. Like, what do you do in the summer? I have soil. It's just man stuff.
Yeah,
that's
an interesting thing you bring it up. I'm really concerned right now. I've gone back to eating with my hands. Of course, all you guys know that eating with utensils only came to men maybe in the late 1800s, and women are the only ones that ate with utensils.
Yeah.
With women's label, we both eat with our hands now. But what happened here lately, I always ate with utensils until I started to tweet. This Twitter tweeting, like, it's so unmasked. How unmasculine can that be? I tweet,
really
so
is.
I thought just to make up for it, I went back to eating with my hands.
Yeah, to balance out the queerness.
When people come along and think I'm getting too feminine, say, look, he's got grease stuff running down his shirt.
Who are you on Twitter? Because we can get you some followers today.
Who am I?
Oh, you don't even know.
Ice Road Alex.
Ice Road Alex. So
Ice Road Alex, okay.
So wait, is chaining up the tire, does it take an hour to do the whole thing, or is that 20 minutes?
No. Well, it depends on the situation. Usually you're only chaining up one axle, so just 2 sets of triples. You know, triples are that cover both tires, and could be anywhere from 10 minutes to 25 minutes if you know the back. You know, if your back is really killing you. Maybe even a little longer. You know, sometimes your back's bothering you, and you know the hemorrhoids and everything else. You're kind of having trouble.
I saw a guy. His brakes went locked up on him. His brakes locked up, and he had to get a torch. And he's sitting out there just banging with a hammer and a torch. And to me, it looked like the worst night you could spend doing anything. It gets
worse than that.
Freezing cold.
You're under there at 40 below. You're one of your dump valves, and you're underneath the trailer, and you're heating that. And you're turning up your torch, and you melt the plastic airlines off, and now you got to fix the airline, and then worry about the thing, and it just goes one thing.
So you melted the actual truck.
Up there in Alaska, we've got Lisa Kelly. I don't know if any of you know who.
Oh
Lisa
yeah.
You guys just watch the guys.
She's the hottie.
Oh, you do watch the girls too.
Yeah.
The guys in New York maybe are normal. Eh? I heard so many terrible things, about New York. And
no, we like women.
Is this your first time in New York?
Might as well say that.
Might as well.
I was here once before. They just put me by Central Park there. in the stall with the horses.
They bed him down with the horses.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. They put me in a hotel. You guys live pretty good here.
That ain't bad.
I don't know who's paying for the hotel. Pretty nice hotel.
Probably History Channel.
Well, hopefully they don't chase me down the street as I head west.
Alex, you got a lot of fans calling in here. They want to ask about India.
So anyway, the whole thing of having Lisa there in chains, you can always get Lisa to help you out.
Wow.
She actually volunteered to help me out one time.
Yeah, she's pretty good with the chains.
I know that. Yeah, well, she knows her stuff. I mean, the chains weigh more than she does, so there's a math problem.
I saw the episode too where she had to help. I never knew this was done up the hills with a heavy load. Got to take 2 trucks.
Push trucks.
A push truck.
You have push trucks coming right into New York here when they're bringing big loads with all these axles.
Yeah.
Like this pilot car guy that's high, wide, and heavy that brought us in. He was telling us they bring these huge loads like axle after axle after axle, and it's so heavy that you need a push truck to push it on flat ground, let alone push it up the hill.
Wow, really?
Like they brought one of those boring machines that you guys make your tunnels for your subway stuff, and they brought one down here and unloaded it in the middle of the night. Yeah.
A boring machine? We call that Eric.
There it is.
Sorry, Eric.
Because I was like
that's
that.
like Carl Carson's. He'd be sitting there, you could hear him going purring in the corner because he's snoring. Is that what you mean by boring?
Boring.
Yeah, that's
a boring machine. Yeah, that seems to me to be pretty difficult maneuver there to get your bumper right up against the trailer of the other truck. And now you can't see anything in front of you. You completely are depending on the trucker in front.
You're flying by instruments, and you depend on him. You're not supposed to touch the steering wheel.
Yeah,
So
you take
want-
your
you
hands
want-
off the steering wheel. And it's odd because when the lead truck is turning, your truck will actually turn with it.
So this is to do what?
To push another truck up a hill because it doesn't have, under its own power, it can't get such a heavy load up some of these icy hills.
It's a push truck.
And then they go around the front a lot of times if there's a steep hill and use their brakes
to stop it
and kind of slow them
Did
down.
I finish? You guys got any more to eat here?
It's really. It's a big. It's a man.
I'm just kidding.
It's a man. He eats a lot. You think he's gonna have some of that faggy yogurt that Opie eats?
I hit my yogurt. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid.
Hey, what? I ate some stuff called tofu the other day.
Oh, tofu. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? Like
It's shit.
It's terrible.
Oh, it's awful.
It's styrofoam.
Is it little white squares?
It's made out of like soy.
There's no taste to it.
That's awful.
It's
That's
no
horrible.
I
taste.
think they put a little bit of diesel on it or something. Give it some bite.
Diesel.
I should have had some Tabasco or something.
Yeah, I think a lot of vegetarians use it and they season it and say, no, it tastes just like a hamburger if you cook it right. It's like, no, it doesn't.
Some of that hand lotion I've used tastes just like that. You put it in your hand, softens your skin.
Smells like woman. Holy shit! So King of the Road.
Hold on, I want to ask you.
the big book.
Yeah,
I just want to plug it.
Who's in charge here anyway?
No one.
No one. It's anarchy.
Okay, I'll be in charge.
Complete anarchy.
No, you don't want to talk about India? Is that what it is? Because you kind of
Well,
ignored.
I didn't want to go, and I kind of didn't want to go back, and things went a little sideways for me. And
Because a lot of people want to ask about India.
okay,
What was
go
your
ahead.
part of Deadliest Roads?
Ask me a question about India. Okay, good enough. I'm feeling brave.
Wait, did you go?
I knew
have
there
no
was
idea.
something there because you wanted to
IRT
ignore that
Deadliest
question.
Roads. We went to India, Lisa and I, and Rick with blue hair, and then they replaced me with a young feller from Alabama.
Okay.
Because I left.
Is this a bad topic?
Well, I'm a little bit sensitive about it.
Because I don't want to be choked out by the end of this interview.
Give me 3 choices, I'll take the other 2.
Wait, do we have callers?
Oh yeah,
Alex,
Chad.
you have to put your headphones on.
Chad
so
in
they can hear.
California.
Oh,
Hold on, Chad. Hold on. He's putting his headphones on so he can hear you.
great. Where do I put them?
Over your ears.
Chad.
Chad, are you there?
Hey, speak. You dummy.
Chad.
Good morning.
California.
All right, get the next one.
What I've done.
Yeah.
Jesus, Chad. Brad in Alberta. Brad.
How's it going?
Hi, Brad. Are we related?
You remember some Holmeses up in Yellowknife by chance?
Holmes. I got a Holmes deck on my tow truck.
Well, close enough. No, Holmes, Doug Holmes maybe. We used to live up there, and I used to play hockey with your kids. I watch you on the show. I think it's a great
Doug Holmes.
show.
Did you play with Kurt? Did you play with Curtis?
I played with Alex.
Oh, Alex, right. I got Curtis with me. Alex, we left him at home. He's got 4 kids now, so he can't afford to travel at all.
Oh, I know. I hear you.
There's nothing to do up there but fuck.
It's so weird seeing you on TV, man. I must say it's a great show, and just keep up the good work, man. really neat to see someone I know from back home.
Well, thanks. It's really neat to have somebody that knows me giving me a call. Hey, God bless you and your family.
I'm working night shift. I'm driving truck now, too. I'd give you a blast in the horn, but there's a guy asleep beside me, and I think he's a lot bigger than me.
Yeah, go ahead and blow the horn. I'm just kidding. Don't.
Punch him in the face.
Is that your son?
That's my oldest son, Curtis, behind me.
What's up, Curtis? Are your boys good hockey players?
Oh,
Alex?
yeah, of course. We're good at everything. We were blessed with
good at everything.
Good genes, you know.
Yeah.
Well, they're good at getting in trouble too. Remember, that's the problem.
Now, there's just something about coming from that area that makes you, like, I guess, healthier, strong men.
Yeah, you have to.
You're a real man.
You have to know how to deal with soil and stuff because you could die. we never have I'm going to die weather here. We have like, oh, it's cold and we run in.
We bitch a little bit.
I thought I seen it on TV at a tornado once right here on the Parkway.
That was recently. Yeah, that was once. That was once.
They lose their mind. Everybody freaks out
Everyone was
about
fine
it.
in the
That's
end.
top of Mount Everest temperature.
Well, the fellow that lost his wife probably wasn't very happy about it.
Right. Well, yeah, but I was almost late for the airport because of that. I mean, not to minimize his
So
loss.
you were really upset.
Oh, my God.
You blew the horn the whole way.
I really did not handle it well.
Your finger hasn't recovered. That's why I've got a cast on your middle finger because.
No, that's not why. I wish that was why.
Hey, Alex, where do you guys call home? Like, how far up is it?
Well, my home is in Curtis. We're in Yellowknife Northwest Territories in the North Shore of Great Slave Lake. We've got 3 territories. We've got a number of provinces, 3 territories across the top. So you got Alaska, which is America, and then the East Alaska, the Yukon Territory, which is about 23,000 people. Then the Northwest Territories, which is twice the size of Texas, but we only have 40,000 people. Half of us are Aboriginal, mainly Indian people and some Inuit people there. And then you move farther east, it's called Nunavut, and it's mainly all Inuit people or Eskimo people. And when they split the territory, they made a Northwest Territories and Nunavut. We used to say Nunavut and we're the rest of it. But
Wait, so 40,000 people in an area that big? Wow.
Well, Canada only has 35 million, roughly, which is the population of Mexico, the area of Mexico City or Mumbai.
Yeah. And it's mostly on the border.
And it's huge.
Point to where you live on the, just so we can have an
We're looking at a
idea.
map.
Well, you're looking there. It says.
It's New
I think
Jersey.
it says A. Yeah, see A.
That's where. That's where you live.
That's Yellowknife. That's the lake. Yeah, there you got her.
Wow.
Wow.
So there's the
up
city
there.
right there. If you keep going, you're going to see my house. Well, you probably on Google, you'll probably be able to find it, couldn't you?
What's going on there?
Is he-
Who the hell's going on?
Doesn't matter. Did he get it?
Yeah, I got it.
wasn't paying attention.
I got it.
Iraq, did you get that?
I got it.
It's fine.
What are you guys doing now?
No, you just
somebody trying to get in, or
you don't want to give
somebody
your
trying to
address.
get
No,
You have to,
I
we didn't
dumped
want
it.
that to go over there. You don't want to give your address out.
out? Whoops.
That's all right.
He's
I
begging. He's begging for someone to knock at his door.
Yeah,
he hasn't seen a person in years.
We got people. We got people from all over the world.
How many
We have
people-
from Italy, Germany?
How many people in
America.
your town, Alex?
Roughly 20,000.
20,000 people. A movie
With the
theater.
half of the population of the Northwest Territory. Oh, we're the highest income per capita, highest education per capita, and the youngest population per capita of any city in Canada, even though we're small.
Right.
So we've got and we pretty well got on. We're probably one of the most traveled and cosmopolitan cities. Like everybody goes everywhere. It's probably one of the most connected cities. Like if you're connected in New York, then just to get to your connection, you got a long way to go. When we only have 20,000 people, you're connected. It's easy. You jump on the plane. There's not a big airport. There's not, so people in the old days, when I drove taxi back 35 years ago, they'd fly 2 737s in, and we spent half the night loading people on them, and they'd go right from Yellowknife to Hawaii.
Wow.
Like half the town would leave to go to Hawaii together. It'd be a big bash on the plane. Like a lot of them didn't remember where they were. All they remember is getting on a plane, getting carried off.
You drove a taxi up there. Wow.
Oh, I've done lots of stuff. Yeah, security, bouncing, taxi, heavy equipment.
It's all in the book, huh?
There's a good bit of it. Yeah, the book is mainly my memoirs, a bit about the family coming from Europe, the carrying on. Trying to get my wife's cousin to put his art. We tried to do a family portrait one time with a bear. We had a female bear and a cub out in one of the parks, and I talked Fred into going over and trying to get the bear to stand up, put his arm around the bear's shoulder so he could have mom, dad, and the cub. Fred used to have a beard and long hair, and I thought they looked a lot alike. And then when he went to grab the bear went bananas, and I was so busy yelling for him to hang on to the bear. I never really got much of a picture. I was laughing so hard I got pictured a lot of stuff insteed of Fred the Bear.
That's what fucking men do to joke around.
But the bear, like the bear,
Jimmy
never-
shows his asshole. Jesus, it's the same thing.
Like what the heck? None of you guys been bit by a bear?
No,
I can't say I have.
Heck,
Never seen one.
I shot my first bear when I was 13, and the first shot went right through his back legs and right through his balls, and then I had to go track him in the bush, and I had the wrong. I didn't know enough. I had a 303 Lee Enfield, and I had savage cells in it, which you do not do because they can explode in the chamber. And I only had 2. But anyway, the bear, I ended up cutting and wrapping and putting them in the deep freeze. An old fat Newton that lived back in the bush gave me $35, which is a lot, about $100 and some because that was back in 60.
Yeah, different.
You know, back in the 60s,
Yeah, different
1860s or 1960s. I can't really remember.
So you shot the bear through the balls? Oh, you don't play games.
No, I didn't mean to. I realized that when I skinned him because he didn't. He just took off. You know, and
Look at your trucks on TV right there.
Yeah, there it is.
There we are.
Are you doing an interview over there? Are we holding you back?
Meadowlark.
Yeah, isn't
A
that a great
Meadowlark
truck?
11's out there.
5 more
that
minutes
is
we got
some
with 'em?
trucks,
Okay.
man.
Two 5x11 television screens at either side. The $760,000 and counting. The guy, like, I mean, you don't think
really
we're broke?
loading
We're really
that up.
broke. We find places to put money that are really important.
Alex, are you ever
That's why I've got no teeth.
are you ever scared of animals being way up there?
Well, I'm scared. I'm scared of the dark too, but I go out there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm scared of lots of stuff.
What kind of animals you got to look out for when you're living up in that area? Obviously the bears.
Well, like if you find a Wolverine in your pants when you go to put them on in the morning, you don't bother. You just let them have the pants. You go to work without pants. I mean, you just don't go near
We don't
them.
have to deal
And
with
then everyone will
I mean,
say, hey, he
wolves,
must
they
have had a
don't-
Wolverine in his pants. That's why he's got no pants.
That's better. Answer better.
Yes.
You have Wolverines up there or no?
There's Wolverines. You got the lynx. Of course, the wolves, moose and buffalo and bear, black bear. Get a little bit farther north, Barrenland grizzly. You get into Alaska. Well, they got the big Kodiaks and stuff there. I mean, you just barely get through the door.
You a big hunter? You like?
I've got guns. I used to hunt. I don't hunt.
Yeah.
I made a deal with the fish. I said, you leave me alone, I leave you alone. I mean, I drive on the ice. You know.
Oh yeah.
No problem. We're not
No
gonna have
revenge.
I'm not. It just costs a lot of money and time. You got 11 kids. Well, I mean, the kids are growing up. The oldest is 38. The youngest one is 11. But we still have 3 at home. We got grandkids in the basement. You know, so you're busy trying to provide, and like it's really easy to go to the grocery store and really
Just pick
the wild
something up
meats wild
instead of-
bet. We just buy something that's full of all the different chemicals and other things that are in some of the meat we buy today, and you just eat that. You know.
Yeah. God, Alex, you roll, man.
That's a hell of a life, man.
Yeah, let's plug the book. Make sure we
Fantastic.
give it a
Yeah,
good plug too. It's called King of the Road. How do you say how do you say your last name? I keep saying it wrong.
Well, it was Smith, and Dad was coming on over in a boat from Europe, and he wanted a name with a little more punch, so he changed it to Debogorski.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's phonetic. Anybody up to grade 3?
Yeah, it is Debogorski.
Debogorski.
Yeah, anybody up to grade 3 can say it, and after that, they just get all kerfuffled.
It says bear hunting, drag racing. You did a little drag racing in your day?
Yeah, kind of out in the bush on the dirt. I don't know what you call that
Yeah.
kind of racing. I think there's a name for it. I can't think of it.
Illegal.
I was looking for a different word.
Yeah, sure. Cattle rustling. That's good. Gold prospecting.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I was younger.
of course.
I was
You
younger. I was younger than 12, and it doesn't count. I wasn't to the age of
Not
reason
you.
yet.
I understand. That's a lot of. Sounds like you got a lot of fun memories, though.
Well,
and
I mean,
you've done a lot of things. That's always good.
Yeah, no,
Makes
I
for an
have a
interesting
real
life.
cross section of experience. Which is kind of neat because I meet
Yeah.
a lot of people. People come to meet me, and I give them advice about different stuff. I do ministry in the jail. I'm a Roman Catholic, practicing traditional Roman Catholic, old fashioned. I'm not a good example of Christianity, but I'm a much improved version of what I once was. I like to say first because cover all grounds. I'm also a good example of a hypocrite sometimes, which I'm working on really. And but I do ministry in a jail. I do lock up, the whole segregation. Remand stuff like that with the guys, and the guys want to pray. Come. Pray.
That's a noble thing. Hey, is there a rule on that road where no matter what, if you see someone stranded, do you stop and give a hand? And do people stop for
If,
you?
if people need to, yeah, we stop.
Yeah.
There's some people that don't, but it's still like when we're working in the north, generally people will stop. But there's still guys that don't. I mean, guys will stop. They need antifreeze. Guys will give you their antifreeze, give you their oil. Never come.
I saw an episode where a guy was stuck. His rig was busted, and another guy had driven really far. Comes up and goes, "All right, I'll take your rig and drive it back." I mean, the amount of miles you guys put on the vehicles and yourselves in just a couple of days is astounding, because it's like the guy's driving. If I was driving somewhere and had a destination, the last thing I'm going to do is put another guy's rig on there and drive all the way back.
Yeah,
from
but
where
you guys,
I came
when
from.
you guys are sitting here on your butts making puppies, like
You're right.
I mean,
We're
if you get in a truck and you just drive, and you drive all day, and you drive for 10 hours or so, you go a long ways.
Yeah.
So you say, well, that's just a day's drive. I mean, I've brought guys back. Guys' tractors broke down. You load their truck on there, and if they get a tow truck, it's going to cost a lot of money to get somebody else, hoping that down the road that generally the same guy isn't there when you break down, that somebody else will say, hey, I'll take your trailer, or I'll take your truck and help you out. And sometimes you help people out and nobody else helps you out, but that's the way it is. I mean, it's better. Like the whole thing is, if you really believe that the world is a worse place, that means every 6 billion people are all doing a little bit more bad than good. And if you think it's a better place, that means 6 billion people are doing a little bit more good than bad. And the way to make it that way is to do it yourself. And as soon as you become a giver rather than a taker, then you've changed the world. And then one more person, and it'll touch somebody else, and you'll make the world a better place. So you really don't worry about the people that may not come by. And what are you doing, patting my back there?
No, he's saying you got to go because
Your son's telling you have to go.
Spot.
You got TV to do. Screw this radio crap.
Look at you all profound and everything. I like that.
It was great, man. And I recommend the book. That's I actually really want to read it now, and I want to watch the show because you're a very interesting guy. That's great.
Well, thank
Alex
you very much.
Debogorski.
So I can't talk you guys at $20 each, or don't each for the new teeth. Come on, I can't count under 20, or I'll take 5.
He's got to get out of here. So, King of the Road's the book. Alex Debogorski. Thanks so much for coming in, man.
I got a tenner.
No, it's not good enough.
Not good enough. All right, we're gonna take a break. Alex, you rule, brother. Have fun in New York.
The Virus. Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Greatest laugh ever.
Fucking wizard.
He's still laughing in the background.
Funniest guy, though.
Alex from Ice Road Truckers. God, was he great. God, thank you, Roland. I got to thank Roland. Because we're not going to lie, we don't really know the show that well. Ant's seen a little bit of it.
Yeah, I started watching a little of it.
And Roland's like, no, trust me, you got to have this guy in. He's great. And you know what? That's why we have Roland around.
Because he's crazy. That guy's
You think
insane.
that guy's crazy?
Yeah, it's the whole
I don't think he's crazy. I think
there.
I think he's just naive as far as how the rest of the world is.
But
he knows what he knows, and he knows it very well.
He has his place where he lives. You're only as crazy as where you come from, I guess.
Yeah.
If you go from one place to another, you could be completely insane, but you're fine where you're from.
And you did notice that I hid my yogurt.
I know.
That is spelled F-A-G, and then there is an E, but who cares about the E after the word starts with F-A-G? That's my yogurt.
He came in, he's just holding his eggs and potatoes, and he's shoveling his mouth, he's just talking, and Opie's got his yogurt and granola, and Jimmy's got his little faggot food.
I just start sliding mine away.
I couldn't have felt worse if I was eating out of a pair of balls. Humiliating.
That's a real man. If you think you're a man, it's guys like that make you realize, nah.
No, you're not.
I almost broke down and cried because I had to change my tire when it was like 20 degrees out.
I know, yeah.
And he's talking about, 40 below, 100 below.
Wind blowing, they're on this ice
I'm
fucking
defrosting
road.
my brakes so I can survive.
He's with a torch underneath his truck trying to defrost a brake. It's like, I got a flat. Hello? Here's me.
Hello, Mr. Cumia, OnStar. Can we help you?
I got a flat tire.
We'll send somebody immediately.
Please hurry. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I think it's Hauppauge.
Can you please tell me if there's a Starbucks nearby?
Yeah.
Where I can wait?
Yes, there's one half a block away. You could probably walk there.
Walk!
He's dealing with grizzly bears.
Yeah, bears and ice and fucking. He could fall into a river or off a ravine.
Telling us how he basically said how great it is to breathe in minus 40-degree weather.
Yeah, to him that's refreshing.
Refreshing.
Exactly. Where it's so cold you could hear the northern lights crackling.
He did say that, right?
That's fucking cold. That is cold.
How cold is it?
I'm glad I wasn't in here for this. I don't need to feel less like a man than I already do.
Man. Yeah,
this would have put me over the edge.
Yeah, you need shoulders to interview the guy. I'm sorry, Joe.
I had
you didn't
said
pass the test.
I had said I felt
to
like
interview the ice road trucker.
we felt like such fags just sitting here in front of like a real man. And Jimmy, we feel like fags sitting in front of the OutQ guys.
We're just faggots.
We're just
I think those two guys are more manly than us.
Dude, they're
the ones that do the morning show.
I ride the elevator up. There's a black guy and a white guy. I ride the elevator up almost every morning with the black guy. They're nice guys.
Yeah.
Jim,
Yeah.
that was called contributing nothing to the conversation. Gives a shit. I should have thought that. No, kidding aside. Really, Jim?
Oh, kidding aside, you know.
Somebody wants a montage of all the great laughs over the years from this radio show.
That's true.
Alex could have had the greatest laugh ever right there.
Yeah.
The one where he just kept going and going and going. It was psychotic. Me and Danny looked at each other like this guy's out of his mind.
Maybe if there was a mic in the boss's office a month ago, he could have.
Oh, really? You had to do that to me today,
Come
right?
on. Hey, see,
I
that.
finally am over that bullshit.
No, that to me is like in a joking context for what we're doing. So, you know, they'd understand that.
Yeah, let's hear the laugh again. Get me back in.
Shit, man. That's the last thing a hooker hears before her life just slowly seeps away from being strangled in the back of his cab.
Yeah, the sound in an altar boy's ear.
Oh, God. Just remembers it forever.
She hears that laugh and then she wonders, what is that sound of something cutting through the air, not realizing that it's a hoe headed for the back of her head, swinging a garden implement.
I wanted to talk to the guy about how long like their summer is. When does it start snowing?
He just wanted to talk about whatever the fuck he wanted to talk about.
How many days of summer do you think they get? A week or two, maybe? A couple weeks?
It's got to be nothing.
5 weeks, maybe?
Nothing. It's always dark. It's always just dark there.
That I don't want to know about.
Oh,
It's expensive,
crazy.
too. Did you ever go up to Alaska?
No.
They're in Alaska, right?
Well, they're kind of in the Canadian part next to Alaska.
I did a show in Alaska, or I did some shit club up there, and it was really fucking expensive because you forget they got to import everything
has to
into the
come from
fucking
there,
state. And it looks like you're in shithole South Jersey or something, and you're paying like $14 for a fucking cheeseburger. You're like, what the- this place sucks.
It didn't match up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This
It
is
sucks.
in Venice. It's fucking...
That's the same thing with Hawaii, but it's fucking Hawaii.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I'm in Hawaii.
At least
This
you
is
know it's
beautiful.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, why don't we move on?
Alaska.
Couple things. Can we do the Larry King really fast, and then we're going to
Yeah, I
move
want
into
to hear.
Jocktober.
What did he do? He had a senile
I have
moment?
not seen this yet, but people are saying it could be his greatest fuck up
Ah.
yet. It's too bad he's going away, at the end of the year? He's only got a
December
month or two left?
18th, I think, is his last day.
So, less than 2 months, we say goodbye to Larry King.
Ah, there he is with Jesse Ventura.
How old is he now?
He's about
wow.
62.
That's it?
No way.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus to you. What the fuck?
He's got to be pushing 80
Gary
at least.
Gullible.
If not, if not already 80. Gary Gullible.
I don't fucking know how to watch him. Watch that old douche.
Is this it?
Ah, Larry.
Once it loads, it will be.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
fucking
the old
stupid
load.
computers. Why,
Computers are the worst here. Oh, here we go. Got to pot it up?
Julian, shortly before the massive release
Sounds
of the
drunk.
Iraqi war documents, you walked out of an interview by CNN's Tika Schubert. She asked you about any turmoil within WikiLeaks and about accusations of rape and molestation by 2 Swedish women. He's walking off again, apparently. Why will you not respond to that question? All right, Daniel, are you still there?
Yeah, sure.
I guess you can't answer for him. Oh, that was the video from before. You still.
Oh, wow.
Why did you walk off?
Jesus.
Well, I didn't walk off, Larry, just then, but perhaps I.
All right. Obviously, the obvious. That audio's not slow down.
No.
Then he was on a pill or something.
Did you
Man.
hear the way
he was slurring it.
talking? And then they went to the video clip because Larry's talking about the guy walking off of this woman's interview. So they switched to the video clip. Now, what Larry's looking at is a big screen in front of him because this guy isn't in Larry's studio. He's on a remote location. So Larry's looking at the screen. They switched to the replay of when he did walk off that woman's show. You see the woman sitting there, the interviewer.
Jesus
and you
Christ.
see him in a totally different outfit.
Yeah.
And he's getting up, taking his equipment off, his mic off, and Larry's just like, oh, he's walking off again. Why won't you respond to this?
In Larry's defense, it's hard to concentrate on the here and now when you're shitting your pants.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, my God. It was, how many years ago? 75 years ago, the Hindenburg exploded. Oh, my God, a dirigible's blowing up in Lakehurst, New Jersey as we speak. Oh, look. My God. I guess it injured the camera because it's in black and white. We're going to try to get the color feed to you.
You got to update your impression, though. We got an under the.
That's what I'm doing.
We got an under
bit.
the influence Larry King in my humble
He sounded
opinion.
fucked
Let's hear
up.
that again, man. Listen,
right when he starts, he sounds fucked up.
And I thought the audio was fucked up.
Julian, shortly before the massive release of the Iraqi war documents, you walked out of an interview by CNN's Tika Schubert. She asked you about any turmoil within WikiLeaks and about accusations of rape and molestation.
Sounds like Liza Minnelli.
He's walking off again, apparently.
No!
Why would you not respond to that person? Daniel, are you still there?
Yes, sure.
I guess you can't answer for him.
Answer for him. Look at the guy. Looks over like, wait a minute, he's here.
I'm sorry, that threw me, Julian.
I haven't walked off.
Why did you walk off?
Oh, my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, terrible news.
Wow.
President Kennedy has been shot. I've seen it with my own eyes. Oh, my God. They're driving away at a high rate of speed. I hope the president is okay.
This is terrible. The second tower is falling.
It's falling down. I believe this could be terrorist related.
You're missing the obvious.
Yeah.
Frankie Blue.
He sounds like Frankie Blue, drunk off his
One
ass.
of our favorites of all time.
Wow.
And we're going to fuck that listener.
He is trashed on some type of medication.
Something's going on,
and
Larry.
he completely lost his fucking bearings.
Are
there.
people commenting that he was under the influence, or are they just saying, "Oh, Larry fucked up again"?
Has he been like this consistently on the show, or was it like all of a sudden on this one episode he's fucked?
Not that bad, but he
Not
gets
that bad,
everything
yeah.
wrong. Everything wrong.
And his dumb questions are. There was one woman that actually, what was she talking about? Being abducted from a car after shopping.
She went to the supermarket and she was going home and she got abducted with her groceries, and then the guy took her to some obscure barn or something and raped the shit out of her.
And
so
stuff.
Larry's question was,
what happened to the groceries? He actually said
it
that.
could be the greatest thing ever said on TV.
Stop it.
And she was
What
like, can we get that
happened
audio?
to the groceries?
E-Rock, could you go find that?
God.
It's like
You got to hear it for yourself.
Did you hear
'Cause
what
she's
this
like,
woman
what-
just said?
Jesus Christ.
That is fantastic.
Jesus Christ. Did he rape the groceries, too?
Yeah, what type of grocery? Were the groceries asking for it?
This show's just not going to be the same when he retires, man. God.
Baguettes can be quite whorish.
Who's going to take over? Is Joy Behar going to take over? Because she.
I think some limey.
The British guy from America's Got Talent.
Yeah. Pierce Morgan.
Great.
Piers Morgan or something like that.
Whatever his name
I gotta
is.
watch TV. I'm really out of fucking touch with everything.
I don't watch Larry King. I just
we just
hear
get these
about
clips.
the clips, and there's a lot of them. He's leaving again.
Yeah.
Everyone's leaving. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's I've never been a big fan of the guy, but it's sad to watch these guys go down because it's just
fantastic to watch.
It's just a marker of time, though.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
Well, it is.
Yeah, it is.
There, but for the grace of God and time, go I. That's pretty much what we're looking at. There's your future, fucker. You want to keep that mic slung in front of you. There it is. What are we doing today?
Is he going to become like Ebert, like commentating with a robot voice? Like, it's just like, dude, it's just like sad, man. Like, just come on.
Larry will retire and he'll be dead within a year.
Yeah,
that's what happens to these guys.
People.
It kills people.
A year? You only give it a year?
Maybe 2.
I'll take a bet with you on it.
Fade into obscurity.
He's going to be one of those guys where he doesn't know what to do with himself because he retired and then all of a sudden he's just got to die.
I'm going to bet that he dies 6 weeks before he retires.
That's right about now, I think. Any day now. Wow, he's on something, though, in that clip. That sounded like our old bit where we slow down the audio
I
for
know.
everybody.
He really is.
E-Rock attempting to run, which is...
oh, my God, look at him. He's doing the fast
which
shuffle.
is greatly appreciated.
Look at the fast shuffle. He's trying to read and walk at the same time. I hope he hits the wall.
Well, what the fuck?
Hey,
of flames.
E-Rock, Ice Road Trucker made fun of you. Okay, you said? You all right?
Yeah. No, he's not.
Yeah,
what's the matter, Sam?
Oh, what's the matter?
I'm just saying, he looks very, very flustered.
Wow, something's wrong with you.
Because he's been asked to do things.
Sweetie, what's the matter? E-Rock, you all right?
E-Rock, what happened?
You're flustered.
There's a oh, shit, he just hit Sam.
Ow!
There's a problem.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I ran back to get that, just make sure I had the right clips.
See, it's like very...
So you are flustered.
Yeah, a little bit.
What happened?
Why?
He's being asked to... That's the second
What
thing
happened?
he's been asked to do today.
You can't,
Oh, shit.
You can't
Oh,
run.
shit.
You can't run back and forth anymore, huh?
What's wrong with your jaw?
It's been
overworked?
clicking. Yeah.
It's been what?
Well, what do you say? It's been clicking.
Lately, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. You just heard a crack, but
You got
every now and then
TMJ or
it just-
something? What are they called? TMZ?
TMF. What's that? PB's pretty funny.
PBJ.
Yeah, he's got a sword J.
Chip. What's it from?
I don't know. Just
Yeah, did you?
Sandwiches.
Okay, sandwiches.
Are you part Eskimo?
No,
Why? What happened?
Look at his eyes.
German Irish.
German Irish?
Well, let me tell you, my...
Proud
Maybe you're just
friend.
sleepy. Your eyes look Eskimo-ish today. All right. Well, let me. Thank you, E-Rock.
There you go. Clicking jaw and everything. There he goes.
He's always got an ailment.
Opened his mouth. It
Just
sounded
the
like a
fucking-
velociraptor claw.
The fucking defeat on Opie's face. He's going, well, whatever.
I was hoping we were going to find out something new, and then we could beat him up for an hour. I was praying he was going to say, God, how did you know I was Eskimo?
The clicking
Here
jaw.
come the jokes. All right, here we go. Larry King for Joe DeRosa. Actually, it's one of our favorite. This Larry King gets to the bottom of things, asking the crucial questions. He's talking to a rape victim here.
What was that accent, Stephen? Where is he from?
That's a Marine accent. It's been my experience that the Jarhead clan almost has their own vernacular, their own accent. I'd say there's a bit of Virginia in there, a little Tidewater, Virginia, and maybe a few other things as well. It's made up.
Do you remember the movie A Few Good Men, in which Jack Nicholson played that incredible part? Well, Stephen Lang did it on Broadway, and he was incredible with that great line, right? You wouldn't know the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
You wouldn't know the truth.
Good clip, but that's not the clip.
That famous line. I wouldn't know the line.
Yeah, what's that famous line? Play it for the first time, Sam. Asshole.
I love that movie. What did he say? Did the what happened to the groceries? Was that the line?
Yeah, what was that?
E-Rock.
I remember that.
The track listing doesn't match
It
up
was supposed to
again.
be. I don't know why it's not.
I could have been a container.
I'm going to make you an offer you can't understand.
I think this is it. I think this is the setup. Larry King gets to the bottom of things, asking the crucial questions about a rape victim.
As I came out of the grocery store and got in my car, Philip knocked on my window and said, I can't seem to get my car to start. It's cold. Do you think you could give me a ride? Which way are you going? And of course, he was going to go any which way I was going. And so I did.
Why did you let him in the car?
I don't know. It was the worst decision I've ever made, I think. It truly was.
What happened when he got in?
When he got in, I filled his hands with a lot of food that they had in the front seat anyway. I tried to engage him in...
He was holding your food?
He was. I tried to engage him in small conversation on the trip. I tried to stay on the main street, and when I got ready to turn, he said, well, where I'm staying is right up the road here. So I took him a little further up, and then just turned around the corner and pulled over, and he slammed my head into the steering wheel and pulled out handcuffs. He took my keys out, threw them on the floor, and pulled out handcuffs and handcuffed me and said, I just want a piece of ass. If you be good, you won't get hurt.
What did he do with the food?
He put it on the floor, I guess. I don't know. I was just,
Jesus Christ.
It's just this horrifying moment in this woman's life.
He prepared it, Larry.
What did he do with the food?
She was looking for some compassion. You hear how she answered that?
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Put it on the floor, dummy.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Got it again.
Oh my
He
God.
reenacted 9.5 weeks with it. It was very romantic. No, he shoved the zucchini up my pussy.
Yeah, her giving details couldn't be more dramatic.
Oh, my
it just
God.
couldn't be more dramatic, and this is what this fool does.
and said, I just want a piece of ass. If you be good, you won't get hurt.
What did he do with the food?
He put it on the floor, I guess. I don't know. I was
I
just...
guess.
I don't know.
I was being raped.
Yes,
right.
I was being
I really
cuffed.
didn't.
At this point, he had a fist in my ass, Larry. I don't know.
attention to what was happening to my
I can't
fucking,
answer you.
my yogurt.
Well, Larry, that was actually the payoff for the rape, was he made a bolognese afterwards. And that part I appreciated.
Did he have a CVS card? What an asshole.
Do you like Trader Joe's?
Paper or plastic?
Jesus Christ,
The best
man.
part, though, how her voice goes up. I don't know, Larry.
I don't know, Larry.
I was kind of busy hoping
yeah.
that I was going to survive this ordeal.
Was there anything heavy on top of the eggs? Comment. Did you notice while your teeth were being caved in off the steering wheel?
Were you angry with the bag boy for squishing your bread?
Don't you hate when the bag opens and the apples fall all over the floor? You can never get that one as you're driving to the hospital after a brutal rape. Comment?
Yeah.
Were you as bruised as one of those apples after he finished with you?
The only crime worse than rape is when the ice cream starts to melt before you can get it into the freezer.
Were you concerned about the Haagen-Dazs?
Was the heat on the milk? Did it sour the milk? Did you notice that while you were being dehumanized? And comment.
Yes. I think we got one more from him. If we're going down this road, we might as well do
Yeah, we might as well.
Then it was this same interview.
All right, now you're in a car, you're handcuffed. How does this happen? How was he able to consummate this?
Well, you mean how was he able to handcuff me?
Yeah, no, rape you.
No. What hole did he stick his cock in? Mouth, cunt, or ass? Comment. How was he able to consummate this?
It's a marriage.
He had you handcuffed. How did he fuck you?
He did not say consummate.
She goes, what, you mean handcuff me? And he goes, no, rape you.
No, rape you.
That's
How did he
delicate.
rape you?
That's how you...
He put his cock inside me against my will. That's rape.
Let's force it in.
Yeah, that's how you do a delicate interview with a rape victim.
Yeah.
No, rape.
How did he get his nipples played with while he had sex with you? I can't keep an erection without it. Comment.
Well, Larry, the rape felt like this interview.
Without the doddering.
Well, you mean how was he able to handcuff me?
Yeah, no, rape you.
Oh, well, he took me to a mini warehouse.
Well, he took you out of there.
Yes, he transferred me after he handcuffed me. He transferred me into the passenger seat. He pulled a leather strap out of his hair, and he tied my head to my knees.
Were you fearing for your life?
I was. I thought I was dead.
No, I knew I would be let
then
go
he what,
after the
raped
rape,
you
Larry.
repeatedly?
He was taking me to a location. I knew I would be fine after that. Or they always rape you and let you go while you see their face. What was stored in the warehouse? Do you know what kind of rent they were paying there? Yes. Is it unionized? Comment.
Did you ever see Law Abiding Citizen? Was it like that part in the
Just
movie?
like it. I like how he asked her about that. Then he raped you repeatedly and just kept fucking you.
Yeah.
Deep dicking you.
Yes.
Jesus.
Had you evacuated, or when he put it in your butthole, did he get shit on his dick and underwear? How did he consummate it with shit on his dick?
Consummate.
That smell always kills my erection.
Till I realize it's from me.
Were you fearing for your life?
I was. I thought I was dead.
And then he what? Raped you repeatedly?
Yeah, Larry. Yeah. Yeah, Larry. Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
What, Larry? What?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ Almighty, man, that's fucking insane. Now, here's the question I have: is why? I mean, they shoved Carson out.
Yeah.
And Carson was still killing and doing all right.
Absolutely.
He was still running the show. Why have they not shoved this fucking guy off the air
They
yet?
kept him on the air way too fucking long.
Because his ratings were still up there, but in the last year or two, not so much. So finally, they got an exit strategy for him. We have a whole disc of his
fuck ups,
and
his Motley
and we got a
Crue
new one to add.
introduction,
We got a new one to add.
That's a great one
today.
He's walking off again.
Jesus, Larry, your show's being seen all over the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, man is walking on the moon. As I'm watching, man is on the moon. Astounding. Look, Walter Cronkite has a tear in his eye. Wait, he's dead.
Walter Cronkite has been raped in a warehouse. Wait a minute.
What did you do with the groceries after the Ted Offensive announcement?
That's right.
When Johnson said the war is unwinnable, or when you did, who said that?
After Kennedy got shot, he interviewed Governor Connolly. Do you still have the hat you were holding?
What happened to the hat?
That's a great hat. Who cleaned the car? How much did that cost?
Do you still do tricks with the magic bullet? Like make it your thumb and detach it, or tell a child it's his nose.
How much did it cost to fill in the concretes that got knocked out by the bullet that hit James K? Was that a unionized job? Comment. Abraham Zapruder. How much do you pay your secretary that you were there with?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Adult.
All right, where did you buy the film? For the camera. For the film of the Kennedy assassination.
When Kevin Costner videotaped Kennedy getting shot. How much did he charge you for that footage?
What kind of books were in the book depository?
Do you think Oswald sat back and just read a little after he shot the president? Comment. What did he read? Harry Potter? This book's very popular.
Fucking A.
Yes. Was it Kentucky bluegrass on the grassy knoll, or a feather lead bent?
Why is knoll spelled with a K? Comment.
He's fucked.
That's
What
great.
is he doing?
That's great
done.
TV.
He's done, and that incontinent asshole has had his dick in hotter snatch than I'll ever see in my life.
He just keeps fucking getting married, having kids.
Oh my
I
God!
don't even know. What's the Chance? Isn't that the last kid he had?
Yeah.
It's my kid Chance.
Oh.
He had that kid too that he gave up for adoption, and then the kid came back and found him. Did you hear about that?
Oh, really?
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
I forgot about you.
It's like, fuck.
So much better than my adoption story.
You're adopted?
Yeah, I'm adopted, but
That explains a lot.
Yeah, I know.
It really does.
But my parents were immigrants. It's like,
Oh, wow.
they work in some fucking Aladdin market somewhere selling apples, probably. But this
Have you ever tried to find them?
No.
Do you want to?
No, for that reason, because I know they were immigrants. I don't want to find. I'm afraid they're going to be creepy, fucking weird, foreign.
Just immigrant, foreign, not American.
Yeah.
And then you're once
please
removed.
help us. Go fuck yourselves. I don't want.
Joe DeRosa, the famous comedian. We need your help.
We saw you on the premium blend.
We need your help.
Yeah,
now.
no. The fuck.
You gotta find them for that reason. Then you can
Why?
find
I don't want
We are
to.
Muslims.
Imagine.
They're
Oh,
Muslims.
Jesus Christ. Forget it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't need it in my life. I got enough shit going on.
I would have to know.
They're fucking strapping bombs to you.
Yeah, I got to go
don't
over their
need to
house
know
in the
that.
holidays and eat not regular holiday shit.
Ramadan.
Yeah. Have you ever had this dessert? It's calf's liver wrapped in sweet peas. Yeah, forget it.
With that, we say hi to Joe DeRosa. What are you promoting, Joe, before we move into Jocktober?
I'm at Helium this week. starting tomorrow through Saturday night, and Amy Schumer and I are co-headlining Thursday.
Oh, that's the
through
big
Saturday.
show we said to come back and promote.
Yeah.
It's finally here. Oh,
Yeah.
my God. Yeah, you got to go see Joe in Philly.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Helium
man.
Comedy Club starting tomorrow night.
Oh,
Yeah.
people are saying
Tomorrow-
your birth name was Joe Atta.
I understand my dad was a pilot.
Tomorrow's Wednesday, Joe.
Yeah, I start tomorrow. I'm alone tomorrow, and then it's
Wednesday,
Amy and I together
all the way
Thursday
through the
to
weekend.
Saturday.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's a long week.
This is awesome.
A celebration of Raptastic Radio from around this great nation of ours.
Great. Thank you.
So turn up this turntacular radio.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. Yes.
Jocktober.
Got that right.
October. And it's a surprise today,
Yeah,
I
man.
guess?
We can't even look at the tracks. I know what show we're doing. That's about all.
You know the show. Okay.
Don't look at those tracks.
What location are we looking at?
We're going down to Richmond, Virginia.
Yes, we head to Richmond, Virginia.
Oh, Virginia.
For iPower 92.1 interactive hip hop and R&B.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what is that?
It's like when the iPod and the iPad and the iPhone, they got popular. A couple of radio stations throw the I in front of their name.
No, I mean, what's interactive about
They got a
it?
website.
Okay. All right.
Let's get right
it's
into this.
I.
Well-
Is it a small I, lowercase I?
Oh, it has to
Yes,
be.
it is. It's
That's
a
the only
lowercase
way to do the I.
It
of
seems like
course.
copyright infringement.
Yeah, it does.
Don't get right into it. Don't play the first track yet. It needs a little setup.
Hey,
Wow.
Go
Sam-
fuck us.
Sam's very confident about today's Jocktober,
He really
by
is.
the way.
What's
Because
better
yesterday
for-
was a disaster.
The
That
rest
John and
sucked.
Jeff, we couldn't make shit out of that.
But John and Jeff need to be
that was-
highlighted for history's sake.
That's true. It was tiring for everybody.
But the thing about this Jocktober is I've been following this all month long of Jocktober.
Really?
Because a news story broke on Jocktober 1st of this year.
Mm-hmm.
It came right out of, in fact, it was on the iPower website. That's where the news article first broke that stated this. Our commissioner was robbed in our very own parking lot last night. A briefcase with money for our next giveaway was stolen.
They're not doing this bit.
It was stolen.
No!
They're not doing this bit.
At this,
The iPower 92.1
I mean, I know the dog
They're not doing the fugitive bit.
this was Jocktober 1st.
You can't do
How
this
many
to us.
how many stations have we featured doing this exact same? Something's been stolen. There's a fugitive bit.
I mean, at this point,
Almost
over a dozen.
Yeah, almost every city.
Holy shit.
People called in from all over the country saying my
No.
local station is doing the fugitive.
At this point, we don't have many details, but being in the middle of this touchy situation, we will try our best to keep you informed.
Oh, good. Very touchy situation.
Joe, do you know about
The
this?
hack.
I don't know what the fugitive.
The fugitive steals money from the radio station, and then it's your job as the listener to find the fugitive.
To track 'em
And
down
then the
and
fugitive
find 'em.
has to call the radio station 3 times a day. Usually when people are listening to the station the most.
Yeah.
On the
It
half
gives
hour.
clues.
And clues,
Okay.
and then if you find him,
You get
oh,
the
he doesn't
money.
get arrested for stealing.
No.
You get the money.
Does anybody really believe it? They couldn't. They couldn't.
I couldn't imagine.
Did you guys hear this
But they
article
really
already?
play it up like, this has been stolen. Oh, boy.
Oh, so they really try to make you. So it's not
Yes.
like a goofy game like find the fugitive. They're really trying to make you think.
Make it like
trying
this
to-
was stolen.
They have fake
It's your job.
press conferences with all the sales
Christ.
staff making believe they're part of the media. It's horrendous how bad this bit.
Well, I don't know how you guys already knew all this because October 4th, Jocktober 4th, I should say.
Yeah.
The station website posted that the fugitive has stolen $5,000.
Another cheap station. They wouldn't go with the 10 grand.
No,
huh?
$5,000.
They only have $5,000 for this horseshit promotion.
Here is your chance to solve the mystery, find the fugitive, and get the reward.
What's the reward?
$5,000.
Yeah, 5 lousy thousand.
But wait, why is the
listen to
reward
their
as
horse
much
shit.
as was stolen?
Right. Then
Well,
it's not
the fugitive stole $5,000 in cash, and the station wants it back. And to make sure they get it back, they're offering a $5,000 reward.
That doesn't seem very.
So why don't they just
smart.
say, fuck the 5,000 and play the stupid
Why don't they
hits?
say he stole 10,000 and then they're giving away half if you get it back?
5,000.
What fucking assholes!
Good news, though. Danny has just brought to my attention. They have a iPower 92.1 iChat.
A
fugitive chat room. A fugitive chat room. Is anybody in there right now
boy.
discussing the fugitive?
What fucking radio fucking sucks.
Isn't it the worst?
That's why we can't do Jocktober anymore.
There's 9 people. I am one.
Very good. What do you want to write?
Oh, I'm just telling people that my balls are full of cum.
Okay, good. Good.
Well, there's a way to catch the fugitive.
Wait, how do we get on the website? On
Just
the
go
chat
to
room?
iPowerRichmond.com. It's right on the front. Oh, actually, no, it's not on the front. If you go to, hang on, let me figure out how.
Is it easy to get into the chat room?
Yeah, you just go to iPowerRichmond.com.
We got to get a couple hundred people in right now.
And you got to click over to the fugitive page.
Okay.
So you just click on the little fugitive thing.
Okay, I'm going right now.
Yeah,
Power Richmond.
That's how it works when there's an actual manhunt going on. There's a website with a chat room about it.
How many people are in there now?
It's loading up.
Okay.
Where's the fugitive? Oh, there it is.
You in there yet, Ed?
I'm almost there. I got to
right.
move this away a little bit. Hold on.
If you listen to the station weekdays at 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m., and 6 p.m., new clues will be given as the fugitive calls
That's
in.
fucking, how fucking terrible.
It's unbelievable.
How do I get a game?
Who thinks this is a good radio bit?
Can I make a name?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think you could use profanity, though.
No, of course
I
not.
know, but I just want to make a name. How do I make one?
Try typing something. And
Oh, edit nickname. Okay, right there. Here it is. Here it is.
Racist jerk.
I'm gonna be.
Make your nickname Anthony from Opie and Anthony.
Oh, that's silly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be. Someone's the fugitive.
Whoa,
That's
that
gonna
could be him.
That
Ask
could be him right there.
Uh-oh,
So it'll be
clues.
But you have to ask him in person.
Club Soda Kenny.
Perfect.
That's me. I'm Club Soda Kenny, and I'm gonna write. Oh, they don't allow obscenities?
No. I don't
Can I
think
go
so.
get around it by writing like
No, just
F?
make believe Club Soda
You-
Kenny is gay, and you're looking for cock in the chat room.
C, and then I'll do that.
Or
fuck, pussy. I want cock.
There it is.
Are you
Perfect.
putting the dashes and things in, or you were just writing the words?
Gotta get online.
Yeah.
We got people in the chat room now.
It's loading up.
I can't get in for some reason.
Yeah, we're.
Ted Scheckler's in.
Oh, good. Ted's made it in there. That's good.
Oh
news.
yeah.
You want to play the
Uncle Paul, Larry King,
That's
Tool
great.
Bag,
Tool bag.
Black Ball Liquor, Jew, Whack Bag Fairy 2000, N Person, Jerk It, Lil Jimmy, Nut Liquor.
They're all in there?
Iraq Chugs Hellmans.
That's true.
Oh my God.
Opie's Thumb.
How come there's no chips or something?
Wow, it's really. Look at how quickly
It's filling
the
up.
chat is moving.
Well, look, we'll help them find the. How do you say it?
The fugitive.
The fugitive.
Yes,
Did I
the
say it right?
fugitive. That time you did.
Fugitive. So let's play the first track to get this thing going as people enter the fugitive chat room.
Yes.
Classic Lil Jon, the East Side Boys. Where the East Side?
This is Nick Cannon's audio.
Where
No.
East Side Boys?
This is Nick Cannon.
iPower 92.
You sure? Sounds just like Nick Cannon.
I think you're getting racial.
Classic Lil Jon, the East Side Boys. Where the East Side Boys at now, Skills?
On the west side.
It's Skills Radio, iPowerRichmond.com.
Yeah.
A+ Skills in the building. Like I was saying earlier, Skills, I got to get on these iPower lines and find out where this $5,000 fugitive is. They're expected to call in this hour, okay?
Okay. All
right. Let's see what's up. iPower, what's good?
Yeah, I'm trying to win the money.
I'm trying to find the fugitive. You got to call me back, okay?
All right.
All right. Skills Radio, it's iPower. What's up?
A+.
well.
It's the same voice. See, I thought, stupid me, that it was actually someone from the radio station, but they even farm out the voice. It's one person that calls all these
Jesus Christ.
stations.
Jesus
Radio
Christ.
sucks.
It's
so bad.
It's a bandit who's
With
on
that
the
fucking
loose.
scream. Do you like scary movies, Sydney?
Have you sat through one of these yet? We do it every year.
What, Jocktober?
No, The Fugitive.
No, I've never gotten
Wait
a
till you hear
fugitive.
this horse
Yeah,
shit.
I'm excited.
Such an appropriate name. You clearly are smarter than the fool who let me take the money from him.
Really?
I hope you slept well this weekend. Now, for all of your listeners, let me remind you of the rules.
Oh, the rules.
Nobody is ever going to call you and say that they're me. I'm never going to tell you to go any place and try to meet me. All you have.
Oh my God! And they have to lawyer up.
Shit,
And they can't even do the bit properly because they have to lawyer up and make sure the person that is playing the fugitive doesn't get hit over the head with a pipe.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are they going to do when some crazed fans form a vigilante mob and ass rape this guy for the briefcase?
That's why you can't get the wrong direction and say the fugitive told you to go somewhere.
That's why they're giving all the rules of the contest. It used to be good enough you just had to have the rules posted on a website. Now the fugitive has to give the rules, which totally takes you out of the bit.
You know who I want to see win this? Paul Kersey. I'm Paul Kersey.
To go any place.
I like that you did the gun.
Yes, he shoots
All
him.
you have to do is listen. At 10, 12, 2, 4, 6. Take everything that I say, write it down, look at it from all sorts of different angles.
Yes.
Think about it. Put it together.
Oh,
I think it's a woman,
God,
too, which is bothering me.
Fuck believes this garbage.
And it's so bad. It's been done so many times. It's hack.
They can't even keep it to your imagination. Now they're just spoon feeding you the rules
Call
for a
in.
bullshit contest.
Like, I'm going to call it 10, 12.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
It just fucking. Terrestrial
my
radio
God.
deserves the fucking dick it's been taking. They deserve it.
Think about it. Put it together. I could be anybody. I could be the person in the cubicle next to you. I could be the guy at Starbucks who gives you your coffee every day.
Really?
I could be the girl who is the crossing guard at your kid's school.
Huh?
Ask everybody you see, are you the iPower 92-1 $5,000 fugitive? If you ask me, and you ask me wrong, I'll just look at you like you're the fool that you are. So shut up and listen. I am the fugitive, the scoundrel you seek. Around the Commonwealth, you search and you peek. Ask all who you meet, whether short or quite tall. Are you the iPower 92-1
I can't even
$5,000 fugitive?
It's-
And walk away with a haul. There's clues in there. Think about it. I'll talk to you in 2 hours.
2 hours.
Hey, the fucking
Go, Jimmy.
branding that regular radio
Go, Jimmy.
fucking sucks. Hey, here's a good way to get our station name out there. So you have to say the station name.
Well, yeah, what
So
does that
you
matter? in the
think
end?
it's-
And no one's
it
going to do it
works.
for $5,000.
Fucking horrible.
If you had a real cash prize, then maybe you would get people doing it. But not for who's going to do that shit for $5,000?
The dumb fucks that listen to that station will do it.
They're
And I don't mean
not.
that racially because it's a hip-hop station. I'm just saying if you fucking
you
think...
I would.
If you think that's entertaining, you would do it for $5,000.
You're not right, Joe.
Really?
That's how sad it really is. They know this shit doesn't work in the end, but they have nothing else to do. They don't know what to do.
I just...
It does create a buzz.
It doesn't
It creates
create
nothing.
shit.
What did it do for fucking K-Rock?
92.3 now, it put them on the map.
You can't... It's really fucking sad. Like, you can't... Everything is staged. And like you were saying, they spoon-feed you. They spoon-feed you spoon-feedable material. It's like you don't have to spoon-feed horse shit. It's
No,
horse
no.
shit for a fucking reason.
Right.
And then they spoon-feed you the horse shit. It's like
They
everything's...
can't even do a prank where where people would be like, "Wow, is something going on?" Like for a second.
You can't. You can't do a fucking prank. Every prank call now is staged.
Well-
These things are all staged because this fucking everything is so fucking emasculated and pussified now.
And
You
this-
can't fucking do anything.
And this bit would almost work if you just threw it out there. But as soon as you start giving the rules, people are like, oh, okay, more fake dumb radio.
It's
You know what I mean?
terrible. It's terrible.
Well, like that's exactly what George Harrison's gutter hat has said.
Oh, we're in the chat room.
Yes.
Is that one of the names?
Yes, George Harrison's gutter. His hat with the gutters on it to catch his goopy brain.
George Harrison's gutter.
Should we just play the next track there?
You know, somebody has to be noticing all the people in the chat. Are there more people in the chat room than there were?
Oh,
yeah,
a lot more.
quite a few.
Let's play the next track because we got to move on because we got Carrie from Mythbusters coming in.
Where we're highlighting an entire month's worth of clues. So now we're going to fast forward to clue number 5.
South Power 92.1 in active hip hop and R&B, home of that Russ Paul morning show, and the station on the hunt for the $5,000 fugitive. Hello, who's on the line?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Am I supposed to just walk up to a random person and ask them, do they have the money?
Yes.
Because this can be dangerous.
That could be very dangerous.
Ask them.
But just do it in a
dangerous.
nice way. Don't just walk up to somebody and snatch them up and do it. Just say, hey, excuse me, are you the iPower 92.1 $5,000 fugitive?
But that can be anybody in Richmond.
You're right. But it could be that
Jesus
somebody in
fuck.
Richmond, and you could win that reward.
That's right. But, okay, can I request a song?
Yeah, which one here, baby?
Soulja Boy, Blowing Me Kisses.
I'll get it on for you in a little bit,
A
baby.
request.
Thank you.
iPower, you down with the king.
Did you notice how she lost interest and said, well, can you just play me a fucking song, please?
Just play a song, motherfucker.
Why would the fugitive steal money and then give it back and risk prison to someone who said the station name? Like, radio is so, as an industry, is so fucking, it's shit.
It stinks.
It's a bunch of fucking cornball, uncreative people. The morning show didn't say, hey, that's some fucking faggot boss.
It's a consultant and a boss coming in and going, hey, there's a great promotion that's going around the nation.
This is like the number one promotion in
We're picking
radio
this up.
out there.
It's the few. We're going to do the few. They probably called a big meeting. Goes, hey, staff, I just want to let you know, we're doing the fugitive gag, and everybody's got to clap. Yep, we're doing it. Here's how it works.
For $5,000.
Big meeting with all of them at the conference table,
yeah.
and some uncreative fucking management standing there. Ugh.
Yeah.
iPower, you down with the king?
Hey, how are you doing?
Is this somebody faking like they're the iPower 92.1 $5,000 fugitive? Because we need to keep these lines open for the real person.
I am the person.
Oh, has
Don't
got
want
any street
to mess
cred?
with me. Sometimes, Tut, I get angry. You don't want to see that side of me.
Did I make you angry?
Well, Tiffany made me angry. She
If you're
told her
dating a white
sister
woman.
Ebony that I wasn't real.
Whoa.
Very real.
Hold up. I just talked to those ladies doing the hard driving fire. Where are you?
Oh, at work, listening.
At work?
Work.
I shouldn't
I
say
know
much
one part
more
of the
than
clue.
that. Who lets people listen to iPower? There's a clue right there.
Because you know all those wily comic book criminals have day jobs.
I know one part of the clue.
Yeah,
they're white.
Yeah, we can look for the Riddler around Gotham or at Office Depot.
Yes,
where he works a 9 to 5.
He's working.
Say much more than that. Who lets people listen to iPower at work? There's a clue right there. And here's another clue. Dinner time. The chase has left me hungry. If you're at the Arches, 2 cheeseburgers may help you find me. Oh, nummy, gotta go.
Arches?
Arches. My favorite part about the promotion is that you can tell when people really stop caring and when the station gets desperate. Because he just said, I'll be at the McDonald's tonight.
Right.
So if anybody really wanted the $5,000, they just go to McDonald's and do it.
What are they doing down there at McDonald's? Drinking milkshakes, I assure you.
I hope that's what happens to the fugitive. Hope fucking Steve Buscemi shoots him.
McDonald's.
All right, we got
They're leaving dinner to go to McDonald's. Fucking scumbag father-in-law. I love that guy.
We got to move through this because we got Mythbusters coming in here. Carrie. What's the next one there, Sam? That was clue number 5.
Yeah, we fast forward even further to clue number 12.
Oh.
12 o'clock throwback with DJ Flavor Inside Skills Radio on iPower 92.1 Interactive Hip Hop and R&B.
Yeah, your boy Skills in the building, Skills Radio right here on iPower. Y'all know what it do.
Flav on the set. We in the building, and I'm going to scan these lines for the fugitive, man. So let's see what's up.
Yeah, it's about that time. I mean, they supposed to be calling, right?
Allegedly.
Okay, let's check the lines. Let's see what it do.
All right.
I have a question really quick.
All right, hold on the line for me. I'm looking for the fugitive right now, okay?
More important stuff.
iPower, are you the fugitive?
They're looking for the fugitive.
iPower, is this the fugitive?
Yes, I'm taking a break from
the gas.
chatting with my new friend, Chris. Chris, you have a lot of confidence. I'll just say that. Now, look up and down as you pass people on the street. If they have pet hair on their clothes, the money you will not meet. Gotta run.
So they don't have a pet?
He doesn't have a pet. Or she
Gives a
doesn't
shit.
have a What?
I'm just taking a break. I need to be quick because my boss is coming.
This fucking I can't even hate the radio show. It's the fucking
They're forced to do it.
It's their bosses and the promotion.
They don't
sucks.
They can't think of their own shit, so they get these bits from a company.
And it's because
you know how lame that is? You're supposed to be hiring people that know how to talk and might be a little creative, and you can't even come up with your own shit.
It's because they have
That's what's even more enraging. This bit's being done all over the country.
Fuck them. I hate the
That's a
radio
bad
show
bit.
because your path that you take leads you there. You know what I mean? It's like that's where they led themselves. Fuck them. You wear the fucking armband, you march for Hitler. Fuck them.
Now, if you got a gig and you're doing a job, and the station's doing okay, and the fucking boss and the station's only doing okay because your fucking pussy boss is making you play from a playlist that tested positive with a focus group. As a guy, your hands are kind of tied. So they come in, they go, "We're doing this bit because it's going to get the fucking numbers up for everybody." You can't say no because you have to get your numbers. It's like
gotta be
it's
the
a bad
team
spot
player.
to be in. And I'm not saying the radio show's good, but I fucking despise the people who make them do it. And the chick calling in stinks.
Oh, terrible.
And also, it's like if your station's not making a lot of money and somebody steals a prize pack,
you need
you
that
have
money
to
back.
get it back.
That is a good point.
Although
Sam.
you're going to now give it to the listener, which makes no fucking sense. They can't even figure that
They
shit
really
out.
can't.
Where are we at there? We're up to clue number 27? How many clues do they have?
This is still not even close to right now. This is weeks ago.
Hi, Power. Hello, is this the Fuge? All right.
Why can't he answer the fucking phone properly?
It's the Fuge.
Hi, Power. Hello, is this the Fuge?
Well, I was going to remain silent and just sit here until it got awkward. But no, I'll talk.
Oh.
I'm off to some lunch and bite to break up my day. The name of the hood sounds like something that Santa might say. Bye.
Ho ho.
What would Santa say? Get off my lap. I spilled something in there. It feels really good. I forgot. I met Joe already. Kiss him on his shoulders. Soft shoulders. Like
What shoulders?
Like a lady.
We have six more tracks.
That's right.
How are we going to get through this?
We're trying to track the fugitive.
We don't have to. Can we finish it later?
Yeah, we certainly can.
This is terrific. I'd hate to rush through
We'll
this.
do one more. We'll do one more track. Then we'll take a break. Then we'll get Carrie from Mythbusters.
Sure.
Okay, because we gotta.
It'll be halfway through the bit.
The more clues we get, the closer we'll
Shut
get.
up.
All right.
I don't feel like playing today.
Okay.
What's
This always
this
happens
one?
with Jocktober. You guys don't feel like playing anymore.
Well, we're going to do show and tell.
Sure
with
we
you
are.
before the end of today's show. By the way.
Okay.
What's the next track there, Sam?
Clue number 30. The Fuge has been. Number 30. The Fuge has been following some of the DJs around.
Carrie just signed in though. All right, we're going to take a break, Sam.
What about the track? We just played everybody's.
How
All
about we
right.
do when we come back?
We'll get
after Carrie.
Yeah, we'll get back to this.
Everyone's going to be very excited then.
For what? Carrie, of course.
No. For the Fugitive.
Waiting all morning for this, and then more.
By the way, the Ice Road Trucker gave me a kiss, and Danny thinks that he can get a kiss from Carrie, and I don't think it's possible.
The Ice Road Trucker kissed you?
You didn't see that on his head?
He gave me a kiss.
Oh, on the
I
head?
got kissed by an Ice Road Trucker.
Carrie will kiss Danny.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
it's true. Yeah, we'll get it done.
Let's see.
I'll be like, oh, can I have a kiss?
Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus. Sirius XM.
All right, we got Joe DeRosa in studio playing Helium Comedy Club starting tomorrow night, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday down there in Philly. Make sure you go see Joe DeRosa, very, very funny guy. And you're doing it with Amy Schumer, right?
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Sorry. Try again.
Yes,
All right,
it'll be
good.
fun.
All right. And walking down the hall, Danny's favorite.
Yes.
Danny's losing his mind. He's been losing his mind for the last couple of
Danny.
days.
I know, my heart rate just shot up like double. I think.
Carrie Byron from Mythbusters. Danny is losing his mind.
Poor Danny.
She is his favorite
It's gonna be
of all
embarrassing
time.
for Danny.
Look at you.
I know,
You all right?
I'm already hot and sweaty.
Hi, Carrie.
How are you?
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hi.
He's very. You might want to watch out on your right there. He's very
I'm trying not
nervous.
to look. If I look, it's going to be over.
He is your biggest fan by far.
Smitten.
Carrie,
Can't look at her.
He's losing his mind.
Are you kidding me?
This is not a joke.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
This is not a joke. He's losing his mind.
Nice to meet you. I'm Jim. Oh, she has such a nice handshake, Danny.
He really is losing his mind.
Yeah, Danny has a crush on you.
I promise he doesn't bite. Can you at least hug him and get it out of the way?
please.
Just
He
hug
can't
him.
even look.
Hug him, and then we can do
go
a real
ahead.
interview. Oh my God!
See, I told you she smelled good. I told you.
Showered and everything.
He absolutely. We all love you, but he really loves you.
He's crazy.
Like in a
for you.
creepy way. He's all right. He's all right.
Already
though.
making me feel very comfortable.
I've already made sure to like just hide in my little corner so I don't get too close or
Why?
no sharp movements or
Look
anything.
how ready he's getting.
Yeah.
I could feel
He
it.
very rarely likes girls who are over 18. It's kind of nice to see an actual adult.
Well, why don't we ask Danny? Why do you like her so much?
Well, you know, I mean,
Look at her. Eh?
I'm a big fan of the show in the first place. I love Mythbusters. I've seen, I think,
Seen
probably every one
episode,
1,000 times.
Yeah, I love the show.
But it's just because it's the whole package, you know. It's the beauty, it's the brains, it's the whole thing right there.
Aw,
look at this.
I'm turning red. Okay.
now she's getting right.
If I could probably really creep her out because I know you did some event in DC at the mall over there over the weekend, and I was crazy enough because I didn't know we were getting you in studio at that point. I had considered driving into DC just to go.
Jesus, that's great.
Danny,
Danny,
7 hours there and back.
Danny, why don't you just pull out a piece of her hair from your pocket?
If she's willing to part with some, I'll definitely
if
keep
Lee
it in my
Malvo
wallet.
and John Muhammad showed up at her DC event, she would have been less creeped out.
You are really a ghoul.
Well, I didn't know we were going to get her in. And I was just
know.
Like,
Yeah, you know, I knew you were in DC and you were staying at the Radisson, so I was tempted to go and knock on your door and invite you to the show. He's usually not this creepy.
Yeah, he really is. I've never seen him
usually
like
keeps
this.
himself
with any
very
guest.
shy.
Yeah.
With
You
any
guys
guest.
really love him. And
Very
you
hot and
torture him like
sweaty.
this.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
we're
is
just getting
true.
started.
Yeah.
Do you get that a lot? I mean, you must. I mean, you know, being a very beautiful woman on what is typically just a couple of guys, you must get this all the time.
No, not really. I mean, we're very insular. I mean, we have just the few of us working, very skeleton crew, and I'm kind of a sister to them now. They don't look at me like that.
Yeah, but I think the fans, though,
Fans.
because you are getting some geeky guys that like watching the show, although the show does cross over many people. But
You
do
mean the
get
non-geeky people? Is that
yeah,
like
some geeky, non-geeky people, but you get a lot of geeky people, and you are like queen of the geeky people.
Well, I'll
People
take
love
it. That's
you.
a compliment. I love that.
Because I won't put it as mushy as Danny put it, but it is very good to see a woman such as yourself doing things that are kind of cool and mechanical and geeky and fun.
Kind of cool.
Kind of cool.
I shoot
No, they're very, very cool.
50 caliber gun.
I
One
know.
day, the next day I go to the bomb range. I have the coolest job.
I own
ever.
that rifle.
Over.
I
has
own
that.
a Barrett 50 cal.
Yeah.
I take
Really?
it out to Calverton. Don't they like hurt your head to shoot?
I wear earplugs.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like the concussion makes me feel like you've been punched in the face. Like it's such a. Maybe I'm just a pussy.
You are, because
I
you know.
like it. I like that feeling.
It is
It's a
great,
strange feeling
it's
you
a
can't
concussion.
explain.
Yeah, like things move around you. If you have stuff on tables like 3 feet away, it just flies off the
You two
table.
get along very well. I like this.
You're
Carrie's
idiot.
chopped down a tree with a minigun. What have you done? How many trees have you took out?
Not many, but
Yeah.
I did blow up a watermelon with
With
50
Gallagher's
caliber
Some guy was
Desert
holding it. You
Eagle.
weren't aiming at the fruit.
No, a Desert Eagle, 50 cal Desert Eagle.
That's
fun
pretty
to shoot,
impressive.
too. Yeah, you guys have gotten into shooting. You've gotten to shoot some fun guns. I know Jamie does a lot of the shooting when you were doing the ballistics into the pool, which was very surprising.
Yeah.
I
I know,
thought the
wasn't
higher
that a great
caliber
one?
was going to go deeper than the smaller caliber. But
So now you
go
know.
figure that out.
When you're
I know.
being chased by villains or
Yeah.
good guys, in some cases,
Yeah.
die.
Were you now? What was the initial thing? Because years ago when the show first started, it was just Adam and Jamie, two knock around guys, just building stuff and blowing things up and everything. What was the basic idea behind bringing you on board and the other people that came on after that?
Well, I've kind of been there since day one because I took an internship with Mythbusters. Well, actually, with Jamie as a special effects artist. On my first day as an intern was the first day of filming. So you can kind of see in some of the early episodes when they pan across, I'll be like laughing in the background and that kind of stuff.
Never noticed that.
And then, I mean, it was really just kind of a small show on a cable channel. You know, I didn't think anybody was watching, and they happened to need a woman's backside for one of their...
Yes, the famous...
That was for the plane toilet myth.
Yes,
yes.
And that was
Can you get stuck on the plane toilet?
Yeah, so, you know, hey, I was the only girl at the shop.
Did you have any reservations about that?
No, I really thought nobody would really see it. I didn't think it'd be the first thing that would come up when you Google my name.
I know, now it just comes up.
It really is how do you say this? A terrific photo.
There had to be, but I mean, come on. There had to be shenanigans going on that day. Like it's your first day doing stuff, and like, oh, what can we have her do? Oh, I know what we need.
Yeah,
let's put her in skin tight spandex.
No, more ass. No one has ever brought up this myth before. Shut up.
Get her in the pants.
Yeah. Jamie's like, oh, I know what we can do today.
Yes, there's a myth that a man can hold his breath with an ass on his face.
You're naughty.
Jimmy
you are
is
naughty.
bad. Isn't he bad?
But I'm just saying that's, you know...
Jimmy.
Sorry.
So then you got got a little more involved though as time went on.
Yeah.
Obviously, and it was kind of refreshing to see. A little, I must say, Jamie and Adam, nice enough guys, but not as good to look at. I think they wanted to get somebody, and they got somebody that actually, you know, was able to do some of the
it wasn't like a
heavy
casting thing, though. It wasn't like we were
just
looking
kinda
for
happened,
people.
right.
It was just, you know, we worked at the shop. I mean, all of those guys have worked together before at ILM. I mean, we're in San Francisco. We're not in an LA atmosphere where there's tons of people throwing down resumes. We all just kind of worked there, and they were filming us. I mean, it's actual reality. It's not like we have writers like most reality shows. We're being followed by a camera, so we mess up, they're there.
And then all of a sudden, though, you start getting kind of noticed, I guess. You get recognized. And then being an intern for a silly little cable show turns into a big show. And you didn't have any real fame or notoriety before that. So
No.
Were you expecting that at all? Or
Are you kidding me? I had no idea that this was going to be my career. In fact, I'm pretty sure my parents are psyched I have a job.
Really?
I was an art major, you know?
Do they still think it's like, oh, I can't wait till she gets a real job?
Oh, no. They are so proud of me.
Yeah, my parents are silly like that. They're like, oh, God, he does his little show with his friends. I'm like, no, it's a real job, I swear.
Hey, how was Obama? Was he on set?
No, actually, Jamie and Adam went to the White House, and they did a little thing, and he just issued a challenge for us. He didn't actually participate in the rest of the myth. We used his contacts.
Try to keep your tax money? Is that the challenge? Sorry, not a fan.
So wait,
the myth is I'm going to be able to keep more than half my income. Oops. Oh, no. Busted.
Did they get to meet him?
Oh, yeah.
Why didn't you go? Were you kind of annoyed when they're like, look, you're gonna have to sit this one out?
No, actually, I was working on something really cool back in San Francisco.
You blow that off to meet the president.
What's cooler than going to the White House and hanging out with Obama?
Well, I mean, that's pretty cool, but I mean, it was pretty cool to also
Building
be doing
something that explodes or rocket powered.
or something very heavy and car crushing that might be happening. I mean, we're the episode where we have another myth that we're doing at the same time, and Jamie and Adam are working on that one. And Obama basically just gave us 500 school kids. He gave us the contacts to get 500
Really?
kids to help them out. I mean, that was amazing.
Oh, okay. I wonder what they're doing.
Oh, well, that's pretty public. He wanted us to retest the solar.
Oh, the solar
The death
burning
ray.
the ships.
Yeah,
right.
the Archimedes death ray.
He believes it, right?
I wouldn't say he believes it. He just didn't like our methodology of how we tested it.
Well, maybe you didn't like his policy on healthcare.
If I asked, would it ruin the episode to ask what about the myth being busted your way? Did he not agree with?
He thought we didn't have enough manpower. He wanted to see actually what it would happen.
Just take
if we
the
had
10% of the country that's unemployed. Sorry, I'm not a fan.
Okay, I'm getting this.
Yes.
Got that a while ago.
Well, what I really love about this is we're working with the STEM program, which is the science, technology, engineering, mathematics, which kids are not getting into science anymore. So it's really nice to see a big push to try to get kids into science because the pipeline for scientists and engineers is drying up in America, and we need some homegrown cures for cancer, for solutions for pollution.
But do you think that kids are getting more into science these days as opposed to maybe 10 years ago because of the popularity of channels like Discovery and the Science Channel and History and shows like Mythbusters and things like that?
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Exactly. I have a big impact on the world.
Changing the face of the nation.
I was a terrible student, and I certainly wasn't interested in science. I mean, I like science. I wasn't interested in it up until, you put on Discovery Channel 24 hours a day.
I know.
I wasn't interested in science until I heard you were in D.C. and I had to get a telescope.
Rose is just mad because he got bumped out off the big boy table.
I don't like it. I'm back here like a fucking dog.
Have your macaroni and cheese back there.
We made him get out of the big boy seat.
You're in his table.
Danny made me move.
I feel bad.
This is how I know Danny's nervous, because I've interviewed people that I was very nervous interviewing, but I know Danny's he's never like this. Is that he's asking questions and they're not moving. So, do you think science was always popular? And then he just stops.
I knew he was nervous when he said shenanigans.
Yeah, pardon my French.
Not really.
No, not at all.
I like the shenanigans. You do a show also called Head Rush.
Yeah, that's focused at the kids.
And that's focused at, it's kind of like Mythbusters, but geared more toward teens and stuff.
Sure.
It's commercial free. Yeah, it's Mythbusters, but commercial free. And instead of the commercials, I do experiments, sort of like Bill Nye the Science Guy, kind of little small experiments.
A little different than Bill Nye.
You don't have to explain it to me.
Thank you. A little different than Bill Nye.
A DVR Head Rush every day at 4 p.m. on the
I don't tune in
Science
Bill
Channel.
Nye to just look at Bill Nye.
Bill Nye is awesome.
I know, but you're awesomer.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment because I definitely respect the guy.
Yeah. Was he a role model?
It's like Mr. Wizard.
Yeah, was Mr. Wizard a role model?
Man, I met Bill Nye at a party, and actually, he's a fun guy to talk to.
Really?
Yeah.
At a party?
Yeah.
Just drinking out of a beaker?
Oh, is that Mr.
Wizard? Fun.
Who's Bill Nye? I don't know the name.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
What's wrong with you, Jimmy?
I don't know the name.
Jimmy.
I know who the Mythbusters are. I just don't know who Bill Nye is.
You've never watched an episode of Mythbusters?
Yes, I have.
I'm turning you in right now.
They did a great one about pulling a fucking two phone books apart.
Oh, yeah, phone
It was
book friction.
amazing.
Wait, you can
Friction
swear
between
here?
them.
Yeah.
We're on Sirius, huh?
Satellite radio.
Yeah,
What do you want to say? It's the best.
So that's why you can be on the radio.
Yes, I'm very dirty. I don't curse that much, though.
I actually...
He's behaving, actually.
I'm a fan of yours.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I know you're naughty, so...
Thank you very much.
What, you've seen him before?
Well, I saw you on the Louis show, and...
Thank you.
Yeah, that
stand-up.
now I want to kill Jim.
Now we hate when people come in here and know Jimmy.
Why not? Why?
We just don't like it.
Can't Carrie and I just get along and have a couple people that kind of get to know each other? What's wrong with that?
Shut up. Yeah. What'd you call it, Karen?
Karen.
Oh,
Carrie.
Oh, okay.
Can't Carrie and I get along?
So you saw the trailer for one of the shows where they put the phone book together with the pages, and now you've seen every episode?
No, Tanks it actually took to pull it
trying
apart.
To undermine this.
Oh, no, but Tanks it took to pull it apart. That was actually very interesting.
Ooh, Jimmy. Yuck.
He's watched.
Are you a married woman?
Yes.
Yes, I'm married.
And a little baby.
Yeah.
You had to take a little leave of absence?
I did.
Did you miss the show?
I was pretty happy to be home for
It was
4
a nice
months.
little
It was a nice
vacation.
vacation because I worked till I was 10 months pregnant. So I was at the bomb range when I was gigantic.
Bomb range. That's great.
Yeah, being pregnant at the bomb range is a hard thing to do. There's lots of hills. There's no place to go to the bathroom. It's insane.
How do you guys, I know sometimes you've had insurance issues where they're like, oh, they won't allow us to do this. But then you're able to completely destroy and explode a cement mixer.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the things that insurance has a problem with are usually things that are going to cause us bodily harm. But we have so many experts with us. It's like the bomb range is the safest place to be. When we're doing stuff like that, we've got FBI, we've got the bomb techs, we've got all these experts keeping us safe. We're in bunkers.
How did a little show get to do that? If you put together when they first started, a little show going like, hey, we want to blow something up. Let's call the FBI and get some dynamite. It seems like it would be a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah, but think about what some of these guys do on a regular basis, and they get to actually go out to the bomb range and blow things up for
and have fun.
Yeah, they're not out giving tickets or anything.
I bet we wouldn't be able to do that, though. Hi, we do a radio show and we'd like to blow something up. They'd be cuffing us.
Yeah, of course.
Investigating
Where do you
us.
guys go? How far is this from where you go? I guess you have a giant open area you go to.
Yeah, it's a baseball field in Frisco.
But I'm curious as to how far it is. That's a very metropolitan area.
It's about I think an hour from us. The Bay Area is awesome. We have everything we need. We have all these abandoned naval bases and all these open areas, and the city right in the middle has everything we need, like, metal shops and wood shops.
It is amazing. It's like, oh, we need a house. Because you're doing the experiment with the bug. You take the bug spray stuff, the bug bombs, and fill up a house with it. And it's like, oh, yeah, we need a house to explode.
But we have this amazing team of really charming researchers that talk people into the most amazing things. Like, we got a 747 to play with.
Yeah.
I mean, who gets that?
Yeah, that was a good one, too.
Yeah.
What was the most shocking myth that was actually true that you thought was bullshit?
Well, it's actually not a big, crazy one. It's kind of a small one. We had this gag. We were doing red flag to a bull where we were trying to see if the red actually aggravated them. And so just as a gag, we're like, let's do bull in a china shop, it'll just be funny. We'll see a bunch of carnage. So we set up this china shop with a whole bunch of thrift store dishes and in like a small pin. It was probably like 15 by 15, and just let a bull loose. And we thought he would just smash everything. Such agility and grace, danced around all the shelves, didn't knock over one dish.
He straightened a Hummel.
That's great. We released 2, 3, 4, 5 bowls, didn't knock over a dish. We actually had more dishes knocked over in the thrift store by my co-host Tori when we were trying to buy the dishes than any of the bowls ever did.
Here's the video.
Oh, wow, look at this bull. He's actually shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty insane.
That is a good one.
Was that your favorite myth? What was your favorite myth?
Oh, man. Demolition Derby by far.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, I was in a Sikorsky helicopter dropping a car, trying to hit an X, and Grant was radio controlling a car from the other end of the desert, and we were trying to make the two cars meet at the middle. That was crazy.
You get to do fun things.
Awesome, yeah.
I do.
Going back to that insurance thing, I was actually surprised one of the last episodes, Cold Feet, with Tori. I mean, they put him in. The whole myth was to see if cold feet was something that you can get, like if you could be scared enough where your feet actually get colder than your core temperature. And they put Tori in a stunt plane and took him up and started doing some pretty sick shit and doing like 3.5 G's. And as I'm seeing him get into this cockpit and go down the road, I'm like, they're not going to let him do this. Like, there's no way. Because I know that some of the stuff that they haven't been able to do in the past. Yeah. And sure enough, the guy took him up.
We gave him a parachute.
I was surprised
we scared the
about
heck
that.
out of him, though. What you don't see on the show is I talked to the pilot. I'm like, can you freak him out a little bit? Can you maybe say some stuff? Can you maybe make the plane stall just a little bit and be like, really get ready, we're going to have to jump, could you do something? And so he definitely had a few extra thrills up there that you didn't see.
The pilot was showing him how to roll off of the wing in case he has to eject.
Oh my God.
Was it a military jet or was it a prop?
No, it was a stunt plane.
So how do you roll off the wing? What does that mean?
Well, like if you fall out.
Yeah, you don't want to jump out.
They were playing with his head and trying to gas him up, but
well, yeah, because if you'd fall out of the plane, you're probably going to hit the tail. So they were showing you how to not just get hit by the tail, but to roll off of it like G.I. Joe style.
Oh wow! And did his feet get cold?
Not as cold as mine did. We had some other tests. I don't know if you didn't see the show.
He's only seen the show. I'm a fan. I watch all the time.
We had to.
Danny, will you recite the episode blow by blow for us right now, please?
Well, it starts off with that blue paper and then a silver Sharpie.
Well, we were trying to test, what would really scare us, so we all got to come up with what scared each other. I knew Tori was scared of heights, so we did the stunt plane. That's kind of like a thrill fear, and then Grant is scared.
You just bring Grant outside. You just bring him into a city environment, and he got freaked out.
Oh, worse. He's scared of spiders. Are any of you scared of spiders?
No.
Not at all?
Unless they're on me. Like, if there's one here, I'm like, I don't like it, but it's not a phobia.
Well, imagine tarantulas the size of your hand being dropped in your head while your head is sealed in a glass box.
No.
I've done other things in a glass box like
Naughty.
So wait. All right, so they put his head in it's all...
We made a torture chair. We made him sit in a chair. He had to sit there. We put a box over his head, and there's a little hole in the top, and then I just start dropping tarantulas on him. Yeah.
Was he screaming? I mean,
oh my! He looked like he was going to wet his pants. He was so scared. Like he was going. Oh!
Do they bite? They don't bite, right?
I didn't get ones that bite. I'm not that cruel. I mean, I wanted to freak him out. I didn't want to kill him.
Scary.
Grant is I think the most scared I ever saw Grant was when you guys did that myth where you guys were in the water, and I think sharks were in the water as well, and one like brushed up against him, and apparently he does not like when fish touch him in the water.
Apparently, he claims this is a real phobia, that other people have this phobia, that fish touching you is.
Yeah, I pretty much don't like that.
I don't think
at
I
all.
like that either.
Really?
It's about the unseen. It's about the unseen, though. It's under the water.
it's under
That
the
doesn't
water.
go back to childhood at all. A hand on the
if
knee.
I was walking down the street and a fish touched my leg, I wouldn't care.
I have a friend.
Walk away
The fear
from
of
him.
Abe Vigoda.
I have a friend with a fish phobia, and we went to the Museum of Natural History or Natural Science, whatever. And when you go into the room with all the fish replicas and shit like that, she has to cover her eyes in the room and scream and run through it. She
that's
can't.
crazy.
It's
That's
fucking
crazy.
nuts.
Those are the people I like to torture.
Yeah.
It's like, that's so easy to mess with.
Can I hire you to put her head in a box and drop fish on her head?
That would be awesome.
Just to see what happens.
Yeah, you do have a torturous side of you. Where you do
Yeah, well,
like
I mean,
kinda...
it goes all around. I mean, I love using the taser on Tori when he's not expecting it. It's kind of like coffee for him.
Wait, did you have a fear that you did? What was yours?
I did. Mine was more like a dread. It's kind of the gag on the show that they like to make me gag. They love to try to get me to throw up, and they feel like they've really accomplished something if they can get me to fruition, if I can actually puke. So
Through motion or what you see?
I'm a vegetarian.
Okay.
So they'll like send me to the butcher, and like the butcher will throw a tongue at me and be like, duh. They'll be like, here's some pig entrails. Could you put this in a blender because we need it for something? But in this particular case, they blindfolded me and brought me out into the shop, and I was the smell was so bad. I could hear them sort of dry heaving as they led me out. It's like, what are they doing to me? And then I sit down at this table. They take the blindfold off, and there's this sort of buffet of like chicken feet, fish head, pig entrails, like the nastiest stuff you've ever seen. And then they bring out this platter of like live bugs, maggots, hissing cockroaches, scorpions, crickets. And they said, pick two. You have to eat them. Oh. And I was just looking at them. It's like salmonella, trichinosis, dysentery, like it looked really bad. The cleanest thing to me looked like the bugs because they were lab grade. So I figured that would probably be the safest. So
sure.
I choked down a little maggot worm to start with, which actually was a good choice because it slithered down pretty easily, even though it really freaked me out. Second choice was a cricket, and that was a bad choice. They're really spiky.
Are they bitter?
Well, I was trying to just swallow without chewing.
Oh,
so
they got a lot of spines and stuff on them.
You could hear them inside you.
It got stuck right here, and I was going,
Yeah.
and it was live. It was alive. It was stuck right there, and I'm torturing it by.
Come on now.
I did throw up.
Oh, you did.
Well, it was stuck in my throat.
Good for them.
But then they made me eat it again because I had to eat it.
Oh my God.
I said this on the show. I'm a grown woman. Boys are still trying to make me eat bugs. I can't believe this.
You're a trooper.
I would have eaten the maggots too, even though they're disgusting.
Look at no fucking way.
They're the cleanest.
I know, but look at that.
They clean
maggots.
wounds. They're good if you have a wound. That's why they put maggots in a wound. They clean the wound.
What year are you in?
I know.
Well, I'm just saying they do.
How about antibiotics?
Yeah.
I like maggots.
You know, it's good for sickness, a nice bleeding.
I got some leeches in case you get a cut.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
Yeah, you look really unhappy there.
Oh, yeah. The smell around me was also it was making you want to throw up as it was.
You ever get scared
look
of doing
beautiful,
something? Like where you're like, oh, that's just too like scary?
The shark special, we had to test whether sharks were afraid of flashlights. So we were put
You're
under.
afraid of flashlights?
We'll see. I'm afraid of being in completely dark water with sharks. With the lights off.
I could see that.
Yeah, and then at one point that before we got our testing done, we turned off all the lights because we had to do a control test to see how many sharks would show up in the area to start with. So you'd feel. Whoosh, whoosh. You didn't know if it was a turtle. You didn't know if it was a shark.
Man,
you didn't know
no
if it was
way.
a diver. And I was just like, okay.
No.
Just like, come on, buck
way.
up. I have to handle this. They're handling this. I'm handling this.
Yeah, you are in a boys' club over there, so it does seem like you have to kind of go one step beyond.
Now,
Just keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it different now that you're a mom? Is there some stuff that maybe you would not do now that you would have previously?
No.
Look,
still gone home.
You're a trooper.
Nice.
No,
I love the fact it's like, nah.
No, I still jump out of planes.
There's the cricket stuck in your throat.
They have a puke cam.
They're so mean.
That was really bad.
A puke cam. That's funny.
You know, it was kind of it was semi-disturbing episode. It was from a while ago, but the water torture. Because you had a tough time with that.
I've got nightmares.
What is the water torture?
You were like really screwed up about that one.
Well, I mean.
What is it?
Okay,
they just did the Chinese water torture
where they drip water in your head. But we just for the looks of it, we made this like splinter-ridden table, and we used Civil War shackles to shackle us up so that we couldn't move, and we had to be tortured by the water.
They had to make it
Where's
hot.
your forehead?
Right here on your forehead, it was drip, drip, drip. So like you couldn't like tune it out. Every time a drip would hit, it just brought you back into the fact that you're being tortured. I don't think we really thought this through as a myth because the best case scenario is torture.
Yeah,
how
torture.
How do you not just move your head to the left or right, or do they stay?
No, it was strapped down. I had this
couldn't move.
Yeah, it was strapped with like a leather strap and this thing that held my face there.
She got so upset.
How long into
sad.
it do you start to get really bothered by it? Like after how many? Is it 10 minutes or is it an hour? That's tolerable.
I was at about an hour. I started to freak out because I was getting claustrophobic and my arms started cramping, and but I didn't want to call it. I didn't want to look like a wimp. And so the EMT actually had to say, you know what, she's done, because I started to cry a little bit.
Yeah,
I was like, I'll make it.
Oh my
and they're like, no, you're done. But
how long would the Chinese do that for? Like what's
probably days?
Yeah, look, she's crying.
Look at, I'm crying.
That's terrible. Were you taking Midol that time? Was it?
Do you feel like you're going to fall apart and go to pieces?
Can you see what finger I'm holding?
All right, Carrie just clipped me off.
She's crying.
Just give me a second.
No, I didn't.
No, of course not.
That was a thumb.
I know, you're very wholesome.
That was a thumb.
I had a moment of sheer terror and panic.
That's the face we want you to have by the time you're done with this interview.
It was so strange. I didn't expect going into this that I was going to freak out and start crying in front of everybody. I mean, I knew I could get up at any time, but the restraints totally made me lose it.
I actually haven't watched this episode.
Really? Oh, you've never watched it?
Oh, no.
It's like a Hannibal Lecter mask almost. He's holding the face in place.
And wasn't the water like cold, I think?
The water we did on Tori was ice water, but it didn't make this episode. I guess they thought it was more fun to watch me cry.
Yeah, watch ice water drip on Tori's
And it
head.
was high, too, right? It drips from high up. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I actually kind of, the worst part is we were making this. I make torture devices for myself. Like, how messed up is that?
That
it's
is
like,
pretty
go
sick.
pick the switch off the tree kind of thing, you know?
How come he's not bolted in?
Oh, because we wanted to try it without being restrained, because we couldn't go through with it, and we wanted to just kind of isolate the water torture. And we put him in a diaper so that he'd have to lay there for a long time. But I don't know if you knew this about adult diapers, but they're not like baby diapers where they're supposed to take a full thing of pee. It's for a little bit of drip. So like all of a sudden he's like he had to run because he's like, this isn't holding. I don't remember if that was in the episode or not, so maybe I shouldn't have said that.
How does that place ever get clean? Like, I was just watching that poo episode, and like, it wasn't real poo that they were using, but there was just shit flying all over the place, and I'm like, there's no way they're getting everything. Like, there has to be just rotting stuff from 5 seasons ago just hanging around that warehouse.
When I was an intern, my job was to scrape the chicken guts off the ceiling after they'd rotted, and so nice now that I have interns.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Clean out the fridge is the worst.
That is a good.
Clean out
That's a good feeling.
We have 2 fridges now because I put a human skull in the fridge where everybody put their lunches.
Oh, that kind
and
of.
I had made like fake brains and stuff in it, and you know the experiment went longer than we thought, and it started to rot in there, and apparently the smell was really bad, and the office was getting mad at me. They're just like, you can't put a human skull next to my sandwich. So we had to get 2 fridges, one for human food and one for the stuff that we leave out. And in particular, that banquet that they made me eat, we kind of stuck that in the fridge and then forgot about it over the weekend. And then we forgot about it over a period of a few weeks. And then somebody had unplugged the fridge for sound issues. And we're like, what is that smell? What is going on? And so somebody goes, I think it's the fridge, opens the door. We had to evacuate the shop.
Wow, that bad.
Yeah, it was like that scene from Stand By Me where everybody's like, you know?
It's great to know.
It'd be like cleaning the workshop in Saw.
Exactly.
It's great to know the same crap happens where you work. Like you watch Mythbusters.
What? You have human skulls in your fridge?
Well, not so much human skulls, but just nasty garbage and
I would like to play a game. We're going to see if shit is flammable.
Hey, what does your husband do? Is he kind of like alpha like you are, like test limits, or is he, a corporate guy?
He is a tattoo artist by day, and then on the weekends he races motorcycles.
Yeah, see, that's the type of people that are attracted to each other.
Man.
Both. Yeah, they both kind of.
I have tattoos and a motorcycle.
Yes,
He's laughing at
Well, I think that's illegal in America. So
Yeah, but they're hemp and it's a moped.
Oh, Dan.
How long are you married?
I've been with him for a decade.
Oh,
But
okay.
I've only been married for about 5 years.
Was it weird for him, like when you both kind of start seeing each other and you're just kind of both not in the limelight, then all of a sudden his wife or girlfriend is now a celebrity? Is that like uncomfortable for him, or is he fine with
At
it?
first, it sucked for him because I go out to places and boys were noticing me a little bit more, and I
Sure.
get creepy emails, and then there'd be a picture of
Damn,
us on
Lori.
the internet from going to an art show, and then all of a sudden there'd be all these comments like, "Who is she dating? Her dad?" Like just really mean stuff. And
Dear Carrie, you're going to be in D.C., right?
Yes. I have a hat and glasses as well as a tattoo and a motorcycle. Just listing things.
he's used to it now. He's super cool with it. He doesn't worry about it anymore.
Is he older than you?
Oh, no, same age.
Oh, wow. Okay, they were just being dicks.
Real?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, they were just being jerks.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's the internet. You're 14, you're in your basement, you're angry. There's an outlet.
Exactly. I'm looking for you. Oh.
Most of our fans are really nice, and they'll actually kind of attack those people for me. I never have to respond.
I bet you're very defended as far as
I've got a lot of
viewers go.
I
and
think
stuff.
he actually is
Danny.
defended me a few times. Are you,
Yes.
Oh,
Fanboy 44?
No.
He's RP1ST.
No, I don't do the message board thing.
terrible.
Picking a creepy screen.
Yeah, that is a creepy name.
What I fear is he picked that so quickly, I swear. That's got to be his handle. That's got to be his handle.
Too. It was too fast. He had to have jotted that one down a few times.
Do they have chat rooms anymore? I think that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But I haven't gone in a long time. They used to be fun, but then it's just like, I'm going to get screen capped doing this.
Yeah. Do you take criticism well, or?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I do now.
What are you
Yeah.
You get enough of it.
Yeah, you get enough of it, and it's like,
Well, I
at
always
first
notice
it's
that
like you want to hunt them down and kill them. But.
on that show they always reference the fact that like the fans thought we did it wrong. The fans think that blah blah. I mean, that must just happen all day long. Like you have to. When you have to do a new myth because some fan said that you did it wrong, like there has to be some part of you that just gets angry about that.
I actually
right?
kind of like it because, usually it's a fun thing to go back and test differently, and it's a lot of interaction with the audience, and I feel like we have kind of a different show where we really talk to our audience, and they help us with stuff, and they give us content, and if a bunch of people really want us to do it over,
I
I'd
bet
love to
it's
do it
not.
over.
I bet they're not worded like we would think they would be. I bet it's not like, you're experimental.
You fucked that up.
Yeah.
You suck. You didn't even use what you were supposed to. You suck. I'm never watching the show again.
We should have a higher caliber of fan than
Oh,
that.
that's
It's
our fan,
usually
sorry.
quite
Yeah,
just used to
it's
fan.
worded quite articulate.
O&A fan wording here.
You suck. I hate you. You were so much better before they brought Carrie on.
Hey,
Right, whatever.
hey, douche fuck, come to Poughkeepsie and try to do that fucking myth.
What are you going to do, duct tape again?
That is one myth I'll do 1,000 times. I love duct tape.
That was great,
What was
man.
the myth?
I still thought it was stopping
duct
that
tape
car.
can do anything, and one of the last myth we did that I really loved is that duct tape could put a car back together that was destroyed. So they gave me a car, and they said, destroy it, use anything you want. So I had demo saws, I had torches, I had a Jaws of Life. I brought in the fire department to like pull the roof off, just demolish this car, cut hoses, stab the tire. And then my co-host Tori and Grant walked in, and I threw them some duct tape and was like, fix it. It was great. Little did I know they were going to make me drive it, because that was kind of dangerous.
Yeah, drive the duct taped car, yeah.
But it fixed, right?
Yeah, I mean,
the
it
most
got
part.
put back together, and it drove for a while, and I may have driven a little too fast, because my driving might have destroyed a little bit of it. 2 wheels were off the ground at one point. I'm not going to say anything more.
How long have you guys been on the air?
7 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is wild,
I feel like I've grown up on the show.
yeah. Yeah, kind of have. We've all watched you grow up.
And how long was the show on before you actually became on air?
I think about a year I was behind the scenes.
Oh, so you've been on for that long?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. Because that's got to be nerve-wracking. A show is popular, then you come on, like, what if I screw up, or what if people don't like me, and then what if the show fails?
Yeah,
It's
because
my
the show
fault.
was really gaining popularity, and then they brought
That's why they
even
had
though
to
you
bring
guys
us
are
on.
behind the scenes. Yeah, I guess to do some of the because initially it was just to do some of the busy work. You know, hey, build this. We don't have time. We're
It
doing
just
this.
didn't make things faster, so they're like, okay, you guys got to
Yeah.
be hosts because we got to crank these shows out. And, you know, we were actually staying with the science, so if something took 3 days to test, we'd spend 3 days doing
3
it.
days,
You know?
yeah.
Or
sitting
most
there.
of our myths take at least 2 weeks. We have a regular job that's like 8 to 6 every single day and sometimes more, so it's pretty intense.
Ew.
It's not like a regular show where you just kind of show up and you film something. It's like, no, we actually do all the work. We're doing the welding. We're doing...
Yeah, and then there's
cleanup.
the filming of the show part. Yeah,
Yeah.
but before that, I guess all the welding and watching the science and making sure you did things right.
Yeah,
And that place is still a business, too. I mean, that's Jamie's place, right? So
We've got 2 shops now. Jamie's got his business at M5, and then we've got a second shop that my team works out of.
What was like the coolest stuff that each of them, Adam and Jamie, worked on as far as movies go in the past?
Wars?
Star Wars, right?
Yeah, Grant, too, I think, right?
Yeah,
and Star Wars.
they all worked on Star Wars. all
Which
of them.
one? Cool is that?
The boys are Grant and Tori. They're quite young, so there's no way they're going to work on the first one. They saw the first one when they were little kids, so they grew up and somebody
Uncle
came to
Paul.
Grant and said, "Hey, would you like to drive R2D2?" And
Really?
he must have wet his pants because
Yeah,
he's
I
a big
bet.
fan.
Couldn't be.
I'm wetting my pants right now.
Why, you like Star Wars?
I love it so
Oh,
much.
I do.
Jesus, Joe. You don't
What?
like anything, Jimmy.
I like Star Wars. I think it
No.
was a good
Oh,
movie.
okay, sorry.
Oh, well, what?
but-
Why are you going to trash me?
I'm not going to trash you.
Oh,
It's
okay.
George Lucas.
Because you're a fanboy, man.
Because they started to...
Oh, unlike what's happening in the room right now? I'm the fanboy that's out of line. I'm like a fucking movie.
But I'm saying because the Ewoks...
No, look, there are elements of there are
the Ewoks
elements
in the third one. It was all about marketing toys to children after a while. It started to suck.
There are elements of Star Wars that I don't care for. But for your advice, the only reason they were Ewoks was because it was supposed to be a planet of Wookiees, but they used the Wookiee with Chewbacca in the first film, so he goes, well, let's just make them little Wookiees then.
Exactly, another toy that we can market that's cute. That's great space drama.
Why is your
It stinks.
why is your
Simplifying
Ewok
the movie for you, Joe.
Jim's
That's all it's
Ewok
about.
impression? Jim's Ewok impression is the same noise you make for sucking cock in your act.
Jesus! Hey, we got to see the real shit here. Just messed up the whole interview.
Was it too much?
She just covered her mouth and everything.
I'm sorry.
Watch your language.
Carrie.
out there. It's
I would like to
it's
remind
not
you I
our
host
show.
a kids show. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. She hosts a kid show.
sorry.
He's not here every
He's
day,
not a
so
member of
don't
our
pay
show.
attention to him. He's some
guest.
fucking local comedian that needs a gig.
Yeah.
This is his
Joe.
last appearance on this show.
Oh yeah,
Oh, my
right,
God.
right.
All
The
right.
minute I walk out of the room, I know this is going
Thanks
to
a
go
lot,
back.
Joe. Thanks a lot.
I'd rather bring back Mercurio.
Yeah.
He's a guy that got us fired.
Oh my!
And we'd rather have him than
You know, I
him.
did like
Get it?
I did like in the original Star Wars, though. I thought the cantina band scene was very realistic.
Oh, now that was...
Boo!
What?
Boo!
What?
It's terrible.
Oh my! Do you realize there's probably just like a bunch of nerds out front right now that are in costume that are just like calling for your head?
They would agree with me. They know
No,
it
they
stinks.
wouldn't.
That stupid elephant. It's terrible.
He's
Terrible.
gotta get
Lucas and his weak chin. Terrible.
I don't know if that's really an adversary you'd like to go
No,
up against.
I liked the
Yeah.
movie. I thought it was a really good movie, but those elements of it made me hate him because like they were such great movies, and then they throw in like
This took the realism, though, of space. It took it out of, like, the hands of just these technical astronaut people to people that went to bars and hung out and they had to make it alien. What was it supposed to do? Put the pips up there?
I just
What's wrong
didn't.
with
I
you?
just didn't like it. I didn't think the puppets were very good.
Think of
in
anyone
its
else.
time, though, I mean, when this came out, it was pretty revolutionary. I mean, looking at it by today's standards is totally different, but looking at it back then, it was crazy.
Look, he's got an Ozzy Osbourne shirt on. It tells you what time he comes from.
Exactly,
Look
the
at
same
Ozzy
time
right
that
up
came
there.
out. Yeah, they mapped his DNA. I actually
Yeah.
want to have my DNA mapped.
can't-
I'm hoping I'm related to him somehow. How great would that be for me and not him?
Hey, Joe, you want to defend the movies now?
Huh?
You want to?
I was just
going
to say it's
or that scene.
You can't trash Star Wars, but also own the new Ozzy Osbourne record.
Sure
I don't
you
think
can.
that's
Why
fair.
not?
I don't think it's fair.
Why? At least it's adult stuff. It's not childish.
Come on.
You gotta admit that's catchy. You still know the tune.
It is true, but I remember a lot of things from childhood that weren't good. This is one of them.
Would you prefer that they'd be playing Ozzy?
Yay.
Yeah. Well, I think what you do is you mute the movie, put on your own soundtrack, and you watch it again.
Put some Ozzy in the background.
Yeah, right?
I love
Han's trying to make a deal for a ship, and
come on,
it's Ozzy playing.
I'm playing
Vader's
War
one of the-
Pigs in the bar for you, Jimmy.
Darth Vader's one of the
Little
greatest
sabotage.
bad guys ever. Ever. One of the greatest villains ever. The whole movie was
The
great.
greatest.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would probably take Dracula over him, but I mean, I do like Darth Vader.
Stop. Dracula would be silly in space.
Oh, yeah, it's true. He'd float away.
Everybody's
scared.
The best voice, too. He has the best voice.
He does, yes.
Who, Dracula or
James Earl
Darth
Jones.
Vader?
Yes.
Darth Vader.
James
Oh,
Earl
yeah.
Jones.
I mean, it's amazing.
This is CNN. Same guy.
Is that him?
Yeah,
I didn't
sure.
know that.
Darth Vader.
David Prowse, the body of Darth Vader, we've talked many times. Would you ever see Clockwork Orange?
Yes.
The big bodybuilder that carries him down the steps in the wheelchair? That's
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
That's the guy that was in
Yeah.
the
I didn't
costume.
know that.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
Darth Vader. That's
The guy in the
British
costume.
bodybuilder.
Hey, we got a lot of fans checking in. I just want to take one from Bill in Philly.
I don't want to talk to the
Hello,
fans
Bill.
right now.
Hello,
Not
Bill.
you.
Oh.
Hello, fellas. Opie, follow me. Carrie,
No.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to ask this after what Danny just did, but have you ever considered redoing the baseball myth?
Oh, which one?
Okay, what you guys did was you're seeing if it's faster sliding or running,
Mm-hmm.
and you did it in the second base.
Mm-hmm.
The real myth is if it's faster to slide or run through first base.
Well, I will bring that back and suggest it to him. That's kind of what we do. So
The difference is you can overrun first base. You can't overrun second or third. So that's
So
why it's
second,
probably
you're
faster.
always going to be slowing down going into it. First, you just keep on running.
Right. So I would say the sliding is slower, but it's a necessity so you don't
I've
run
seen
into
people
left field.
do it to, yeah. I don't know if it's faster, but I've seen people do it to evade a tag.
Sliding into
every
first
time
is
they
slower.
Do it in baseball, the announcers say, "Oh, well, it's slower to slide," but
Yes.
players still do it.
I say that a lot, actually, on dates.
So what happened?
I'll just talk to a girl about sliding into first, and she spits on me.
Fellas and Danny,
What's that?
Danny,
Yes, sir.
Jimmy's doing better than you, Carrie.
What are you going to do?
Well, and Ant's trying real hard, too. So,
We're not
Danny, you're
trying
really
anything.
out.
Danny's
so
asking
out.
very
I know
int-
she's a lovely girl.
You're kinda
She's
cock-blocking
married, has
Danny a little
kid.
bit.
She's
I'm just-
beautiful, but I appreciate.
I'm being very-
that she came
Let
here.
Danny ask
I'm
a
not trying
question.
any
Yeah.
Danny,
shenanigans.
it's your turn.
I'm being very childish. Danny's
I,
asking good
let me
questions.
see.
You go ahead.
Can I?
You
can
ever
I,
cheat?
Can I have something
Yeah.
from your purse, from your personal belongings? No.
Yeah.
Careful with your
I don't
fingers.
know.
Or,
I might have a bottle of Purell you can have.
I'll have it.
Oh, there you go.
Just let me use some of it
After
before I
she
leave.
uses it, exactly.
Yeah, but then it'll be worth more to him if you use it before you give it to him. So that makes
Those are
sense.
great boots, by the way. She has on the sexiest boots. They're like leg high, like middle of the, higher than the knee boots.
Yeah, describe them. We didn't see them when she came in. Yeah.
You didn't, but a lot of people out there listening didn't.
Screw the audience.
I'm trying to
yeah,
paint
the
a
radio
picture.
land
I'm a
was
big
found.
fan of leather boots. I love the lace-up ones that go up to your knees.
Oh,
They
yeah.
protect you. They're the best.
So I guess you're a vegetarian for health reasons, not for this kind of, no animals.
I just, I just don't like it.
Were you for your whole life? You were a vegetarian?
Since I was 15, and it's sort of like if I go back now, I'll be sick.
Yeah, you probably would be sick. I know.
Are you
Vegetarians,
hardcore,
by
though?
the way.
What do you mean by hardcore?
I don't know. What's the difference? Is
There's-
Like totally vegan where
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no
yeah,
animal
that's
products.
hardcore.
Yeah, I'm from San Francisco, so there's so many variations. Like there's
Yeah.
pescan, pescatarian, all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. So I eat cheese.
pretty basic.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I
My
call
husband's
them
from the
pain
South,
in
so
the
we
ass.
have to have some
pain
dishes
in the
common.
ass.
We're all forgetting.
Vegetarians.
We're all forgetting.
You can't find a friggin' restaurant to eat in.
There's something
Ontarian.
to eat at every single restaurant.
in San Francisco, maybe.
No, everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody makes pasta.
My girlfriend used to
Yeah.
get so mad at me when I would open the menu, and the first thing I would do is go, "Hey, they have this." Like I'd point out stuff that she could eat.
Yeah.
And it's like I can read the menu, and it's like, well, I don't want to pick out what I want, and then find out you can't eat here, and then have to leave because then
And-
I'll be like, no, I want that.
And I feel your pain. It's tough to find a good restaurant in Manhattan.
No, Joe, there's plenty of good ones.
Jim.
It might just be laziness, but I kind of like having less options because you know
Yeah.
what you want right away, and I kind of like getting
Can
my
you eat the
food.
same thing like day after day sometimes?
Sometimes I do. I
Yeah.
eat Cliff Bars just all
They're
the time.
great.
I don't have a lot of time, it
Cliff
seems, so
Bars
I just
rule.
I
Yeah.
live on those
Peanut butter.
things.
Yeah. What's
It's chocolate chip
how
peanut
many
butter is
hours
good, too.
a day are you actually working?
And the apricot one?
I work
Amazing.
usually 8 to 6 on
What?
Mythbusters, but then
8 to 6?
Yeah. about
That's
that.
a long
Carrie, can I ask you
day.
a question? We were supposed to bring up over here, the one that's not talking much. We have a hockey question that maybe you guys want to take on. You know how guys are,
right. Yeah.
Well, the hockey fights.
Yeah?
I'm convinced that they don't punch as hard because they can't get traction on the ice.
Oh, the every action
I don't know if
equals a reaction.
I don't know.
Less friction on the skate.
I don't know if it's enough to do a whole thing on it, but as a scientist type person, what do you think?
I think that would be a great one to test. I
would think the force of the punch is not going to be as hard because you have less friction between your foot and the ground, and then a blade and ice. And
I
you're
think
gonna
you slide
back.
slightly at least.
Yeah, but
I mean,
can't they come to a complete stop?
Yes, they can.
There's not a lot of ice where I am. I don't know a lot about hockey, but can't they really grip into the ice
Yeah,
with
I
those
would think
skates?
they
Like
could
they're
at
not,
times,
right?
but it's
well, that's why you
still
got to do it a
ice.
couple different ways.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that it just depends on the guy and it depends on his skill.
You can thank me later, but there you go. There's an episode.
I'll put that in the Sportsmith bin and we'll try that later.
bin.
It'll never see the light of day. There's probably a million of those.
How much
idea is this, Carrie?
Right.
We have a lot of them on the board, and I swear there's a lot of Sportsmith in there. We do themes. Well, quite often they're kind of more of our audience themes, like ninjas or pirates. But we definitely do sports ones as well.
What's the best sports Mythbusters did, Danny or Carrie?
Well, let's ask you. You probably watched it more than I did.
The best sports myth.
Yeah, I'm thinking now. I mean,
Well,
I got like 7 years to
baseball
troll
myths.
through.
We did whether it's if you can hit a home run easier in humid climate because you have humid balls.
I remember one
Yes.
where
curveball.
whether or not it was possible to actually smack the leather off of a baseball by hitting it hard.
Oh, come on. That's silly.
Was it?
Why?
You can, right?
Well, how hard do
Well,
you
you'd
have
have
to hit it?
technically, yeah, but I think
You needed like
the pitch would have to be coming in at like 200 miles an hour or something. There was a whole bunch of callus involved that it was just beyond what a human person.
Which
could,
is what
could,
makes
could do.
Mythbusters really good too. It's not like it's just like, okay, that didn't work, let's move on. It's like, okay, let's see what it would take to make that happen.
Yeah, that's the fun
whether
part.
it takes
It's
more
not about the
dynamite
myth.
or it takes hitting something at 200 miles an hour instead of 60.
Or Robert Redford. That's all it takes.
Robert Redford.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, he never knocked the cover off. That was from the Sandlot.
No, the natural. Doesn't he knock the leather off the ball in the natural?
No, he hit the lights and broke the lights. Why don't you shut up, Joe DeRosa?
Joe, you and your stupid Star Wars knowledge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stop talking about men you find dreamy.
We really don't like Joe at all.
Oh, guys. It's all right.
Yeah, how about that hunk who directed Ordinary People?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Will there ever be any Mythbusters episode pertaining to 9/11 myths?
Conspiracy myths come in a lot. I find that one a little touchy.
Yeah, well, I could see how it could be, but
Why don't you just leave that to me?
yeah, well, believe me, there's people like that say, oh, that's why they don't do it because it would prove the truthers.
You know what? Why don't they should do something about
that'd be a
about
huge
this,
episode.
the steel and the because people do respect those guys. They're pretty thorough. People always
You're
say,
never changing anyone's mind on that.
I know
That's
that.
the one thing about conspiracies. Like,
Yeah,
no matter
yeah.
what you show them,
You could
It's
show
the
them fact
agenda.
after
It's not
fact.
the truth, right?
And it's not as fun. It's like based in a horrid tragedy.
It is still an interesting
most
thing,
of
though.
our myths are.
Yeah. What do you think getting sucked through a plane by your anus is?
I saw that one.
They tested on the
Well, they did shoot through a pressurized cabin.
Yeah, really, they made a man of meat and put him down in one of those old school diving suits.
Yes. Yeah,
and then
sucked him up through the
and then
hose.
cut the hose, and he just basically from the pressure just kind of got sucked out like
He
squoze. It was
burst and
squoze
filled the
out
bath.
of the suit. It was disgusting.
Yeah,
What
that
happened?
is some sick stuff.
the pressure was cut out.
Yeah. Well, so
Let him tell you.
that's based in.
I'll tell you.
He probably watched it more. I wasn't
He was around. She wasn't around for that one. That was when she was on maternity.
I bet you Danny knows more about Mythbusters than Carrie.
Oh, yeah.
We should do a little quiz
I
real
guarantee it. I don't even want
Really?
to do a quiz because some of those things. Like, think about it. I did it 7 years ago, and he probably's
You might
watched
have
the
just
episode
watched it.
5 times. I just did it.
And they
what were
rerun it
you
all day
doing
long.
7 years ago on a Monday in January? Like that's.
I was watching you on television.
fast. Hey, by the way, Joe was right.
About what?
I hate to say it about the ball thing.
Yeah, it happens.
It was the
in
beginning of the
natural.
movie,
Oh, who
supposedly.
cares? I never watched it.
Exactly.
But we beat the shit out of you for no
I
reason.
know, for no
And you
reason.
took it and just
I wanted you to
was
doubt
really
yourself.
quiet.
What a surprise that I got tossed under the bus.
For something that was true.
So how has the internet changed your job? Because it seems like you can check facts right away. Is it totally different than when you started?
It made us seem a lot smarter than we are because people ask questions and you could just punch it up.
We could Google.
And then there's things like this, like video conferencing things.
Yeah. Are you
and
video
stuff.
conferencing while you're talking to me?
Yeah, like people. Well, I'm not when I'm talking to you, but some guests, I never even look them in the face. I just sit here and type how bad the guest was.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
None of the guests that are listening. It wasn't you.
I'm gonna have to check with my fans what you're doing right now.
Oh, believe me, I there's not a you can check everything. There's not a peep on here. Usually, though, I'm like, oh my God, can we please wrap this up? This guest sucks. God, yeah, no, his name's DeRosa.
What did I do? That I'm getting this shellacking all of a sudden.
You're not a cute redhead.
Exactly. And we don't like your slacks.
You were born.
Your slacks.
God, they're. God damn it! I don't like it back on the couch.
No, the couch is a bad
Joe, could you stand up and show her that you have no shoulders? They might be able to do a myth on that.
Do a myth on
They might be able to do a myth on that.
Can a man actually live without shoulders?
Could you
A man who will never be general.
I say it's plausible.
Could you actually put shoulder pads on a guy that doesn't have shoulders? Could you show her at least, Joe,
I'm
please?
feeling bad for him.
Look,
Torturing the poor guy.
just turn around. You'll never see this again in your life. Look at these. No shoulders.
What did I do?
Yes.
What did I do?
You were born.
Oh my God! It's getting
Terrible.
fucking. It feels really bad back here right now.
They haven't brought out the little paper
I
pointy
feel like-
hat yet.
Yeah, the
though,
dunce cap for him.
I feel like the dog you throw fireworks
Joe.
at while it's tied to the tree.
Joe,
and it
what-
can't
Do
do
that?
anything.
That's
What you did was
Who
you
does that?
attacked our guest.
I did not
So
attack
now we're
the guest.
attacking
Yeah,
you.
She did. We didn't like
did.
it.
How did
We
I
didn't like
attack
it
the
at
guest?
all.
We just didn't like it.
We don't
I
like
didn't
it.
like it. She put her mouth. She put her hand over her mouth. She was just shocked by you.
By your language.
So
Yeah,
now
your
we
bad
now we
language.
beat you up.
I'm very dirty, and I've used appropriate
And you
language.
still haven't apologized to her for your potty mouth.
Had I been told that we weren't allowed to say
excuse
such
before the
things.
apology is
Well,
great.
that always works. That always
Maybe you
works.
could
not
feel it
have.
out with a certain guest and know and use common sense that, you know.
And by the way, I was making fun of Jim. I wasn't making fun of the guest.
Good
She said,
apology.
"Oh my."
Good apology.
Yeah, so far, very, very contrite.
I accept.
She's so
Thank you.
uncomfortable.
Thank you.
What are you doing, like, touring around the country, just kind of pushing the show and everything?
No,
Or are
actually,
you in New York for a reason?
I just happened to be in Washington, D.C. for the Science and
Tammy
Engineering
knows, yeah.
Festival. So I was real close to New York, and I had a few days before I go do the Math Teachers Conference in New Orleans.
Oh.
So I thought, hey, let's come check
Drop
this place
in.
out. And you guys called,
Cool.
so I'm here.
What do you-
I'm not
are you-
pushing anything.
Oh, great. That's really cool. I like the fact that you just pop in like that. Were you in New York a lot? Or
No,
time?
not enough.
Danny?
I love New York.
Yeah?
Love it.
Danny would
She's
know.
in New York.
Danny would
There's
know her
so
schedule.
many cool. Are you here with your husband? I guess, right?
No.
You want to go to dinner?
Watch it.
There's a great place that I know. It's fantastic. Actually, in the meatpacking district, I know a
she's a
cop down there.
vegetarian.
It doesn't matter. It's a meatpacking district.
They pack
It doesn't mean they
vegetables,
pack
too.
meat or anything like that.
Isn't that the hip place? Now
It is,
to go?
yeah. It's
Kinda-
the place to be.
Used to be,
It's
not
the place
anymore.
to be. But I know a lot of people down there, and I know a law enforcement officer that takes care of everything and could get in anywhere.
He's a scumbag. Don't go to dinner with him.
I think I'm actually going to dinner tonight with the guys from Popular Mechanics.
Anthony has Popular
Damn.
Mechanics at his.
I know, at my house.
At his house on
I
his
read it.
toilet.
I love it. It's great. It is
good
great.
toilet reading.
It is great toilet reading.
Or airplane.
An airplane toilet. If you want to see if.
Who reads in the airplane toilet? That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I know. I would never. I don't even like going in there.
I like to annoy the other passengers and bring the Sunday Times in.
They know it's
If
going to
I
be
saw
a
you
while.
heading there, I would hold it. I would
they
wait
know
till
it's
we
gonna
land.
it's gonna be a Lulu.
It's terrible. Oh, the guys from Popular Mechanics.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't that nice?
Just talk about popular things and mechanical things.
Jesus, Anthony.
No, Popular
run out of
Mechanics.
things to
Actually,
talk
just two
about?
mechanics that she knows. They have a lot of friends.
She's going out to dinner with Jesse James.
I have a lot of friends, yes.
All right.
Popular.
I apologize for saying the C word while Anthony insults all your friends and tries to convince you to commit adultery right now. Sorry, I was out of line.
I would have just went, honestly, I just would have went on a nice dinner and then good night.
Exactly.
Could have been anything. it's just the thing. I think we have a lot in common as far as our interests go. Things like that. As far as what I can see here and what I've seen on television.
No reason
That's
to
all.
attack Joe, though.
I don't have to attack
There's
Joe.
no reason wearing
to
a
attack
matching
me.
socks and
Joe's
shirt.
in-
Big deal. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's what you're supposed to do.
When you're in San Francisco, I'll be there in like March. So if you want to come to the show, you could probably come to the show.
I'll take you out to dinner.
Thank you.
I can take you places where they have steak.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
She's going to take you out to dinner.
I'm a very good dinner companion.
So you're not.
Has excellent table manners.
Nice.
You know who got it? Tori has an inn at every restaurant.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he's Italian and everybody's his cousin.
Yeah, go with him, Jimmy.
So he can take us anywhere in town.
You ever been to Massapequa?
Yeah.
That's some great diners.
Yeah.
Long Island.
Exactly. Or maybe you can go to where Ron Kovics is making burgers with a hole in them. That's call back from that movie. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was Born on the 4th of July.
Oh,
Tom Cruise's best movie, I think.
No.
Best performance.
that was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, when was he
I
better
agree.
than? He should have won the Oscar for that.
I agree.
Tropic Thunder. This is best role.
Hey, you know
You
what?
can't just be fond of
Not a
Top
bad
Gun,
role.
though, because that's, I mean,
Nah, but it's
I
like I watched that for other reasons.
Top Gun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other reasons?
Hey, you know,
So you like the volleyball
game.
scene?
Val Kilmer's
I
teeth.
think all three of us just headbutted him.
I know.
Now watching Goose get his head smashed, I always put a little LOL at that. Hated Goose. He would never take his shirt off.
He
Despise
really
Goose.
didn't at the volleyball
Yeah,
game.
what was wrong with his chest
No,
that he didn't take his
was
shirt
not.
off with the rest of the guys?
Sunken.
His chest looked like Sean Stevenson's.
Yeah,
Awful.
Hey, that's a good reference right there.
Why don't we wrap up and
with
get the
Carrie?
hell home?
Our entire show, yeah.
See, we don't work as late as you do.
I know. This is kind of awesome. I think I want your gig.
It rolls.
It is a good gig.
Yeah.
Go home.
We need interns.
Take a
We
nap.
sure do need interns.
I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
gonna,
what she's
I'm
gonna
done
do.
with interning.
It's
I'll tell you
intern.
what.
We sure do need interns.
I saw your intern out there. He looked browbeaten. The poor guy. He was just shy. He looked like you guys had been yelling at him.
Oh, no,
or
that's our
something.
boss.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Was he bungling? Yeah.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Well, thank you guys so much for letting me
Thank
come
you
in.
for coming in. What are you kidding?
It's Mythbusters Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on the Discovery Channel.
And Head Rush.
And Head Rush.
Every
right?
day,
Science
Science
Channel.
Channel
Yeah,
at
Science
4
Channel.
p.m.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Where you can see commercials for Dr. Michio Kaku.
all day long, nonstop. I will
yes.
tell you about time.
And
I want
we
to keep the
talk
show
about-
going because I want to see you get a picture and an autograph, Danny.
We can save that for later.
No, I want to
That's
do the
not for the
play-by-play. So technically, the show's over, Carrie. So thank you.
Don't tell me I struck out. I knew she wasn't going out with me.
I hate these people.
And I saw what she did with me. She's very nice. And she goes, hey, we'll go to dinner. He can take us out. She was letting me know, like, hey, you're a nice
She's
guy.
a married woman, for God's sake. You think she's going to go out with other guys?
No, but I mean, she was letting me know, hey, look, don't get your hopes up.
Exactly.
It could be a group of us.
Exactly.
That's fine.
Is it going to be a group?
I'm in a
Wanna take
relationship.
Jimmy out to dinner?
Absolutely.
But if
Yeah.
there's ever a rift in the marriage,
Take my number.
Right now, he's getting on an airplane. He's going to kick your butt.
yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm in a very loving relationship.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Tattoo guy,
That was a
motorcycle.
horrible face
I don't want
after
to
that,
deal with.
Jimmy.
I don't want to deal with that.
Jimmy's face was
I don't have any
horrible.
tattoos, and I'd fall over sideways on a motorcycle. I'm a wuss.
But he loves guns.
Yeah.
I do like my shooting.
He doesn't
yeah.
tell us how many anymore, but
I don't
it's
hunt.
a lot.
I don't hunt because I don't like killing things.
Yeah.
But I like going to the range and shooting,
Yeah,
targets.
all the times I'm shooting guns, there's cops there that are letting me use the guns. I don't actually go out and use them on animals or
Yeah,
anything.
take that. No, I feel bad like if kill an animal or something like
Yeah.
that. But shooting targets at like range,
fun.
it's great. It's a lot of fun. It's
Could
challenging.
you sign Danny's stuff while we...
I would love to.
Well, hang on.
What do you got?
Wait, let me
Danny?
turn
What
these.
do you
I'm going
got?
to turn the TVs off.
Look at this.
Oh, see, that's
the
me.
guy who wants
I'm
you
doing
to go out to dinner
I'm doing
with him.
karaoke
Her
with.
eyes got really big there, Ant. You
I'm
might
doing
still have a
karaoke
shot.
with a Barrett 50 caliber.
Yeah,
The size of those bullets, they're like,
They're crazy shells, yeah. And they're like $5 a piece.
Isn't that
which is
unbelievable?
really fun when they're getting supplied to you.
Yeah, here.
I spent when I was shooting the Dillon minigun, they were supplying the bullets. I went through like $20,000 worth of bullets.
Wow. It is insane.
Oh,
That gun is crazy. Thank you.
Yeah, well,
I was having
that's what you
fun.
get.
Oh, come on. I was just
This is
having
Crazy
fun.
Gun Karaoke.
I was doing a character.
It's on
Crazy
YouTube.
Gun Karaoke guy.
He's playing Anthony from the Opie and Anthony show.
I'm singing a peace song, too. Come on.
I like the effect on the voice.
Yeah, a lot of reverb cures a world of ills.
Yeah.
I got worse on the internet.
Ah, see? Good. It's the internet. It's going to be there forever. I'm proud of everything that's on there.
That's what happens when you live alone and have a lot of money.
Yeah, someday you'll know that.
I got the alone part down.
Only one more step.
3, 2, 1. This is Dr. Michio Kaku. Hey. This is Dr. Michio Kaku. Kaku. 3, Kaku. 2, Kaku. Michio Kaku. 1.